Game over.
And what is up? Welcome back. It's Friday night, and you're here with the Average Boy Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I'm here with my boy Brian D. Today on the show. What is up, my dude?
Yo, Chris, what the fuck is going on, bro? How you feeling today, man?
Good. It's been a week. I mean, have some little bit of medical problems, but I'm doing good. Running the show today. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Got some fun stuff. It's good to see everybody today. Really excited. But yeah, let me see what's going on. Yo, I'm still here. King Big E, what's up? Oh,
yeah, Rob. That's Rob. Rob.
Hey, man. So, Rob, we heard you got hacked. Yeah. Sorry. It was so wild, man, dude. When you got hacked, like the first thing, like I saw that, I think someone had messaged me, right? It was in like a group chat with a friend of mine, and they're like, yo, this guy got hacked too, I think, because I got a message from him, and I was like, oh, shit, that's my boy, Rob. And then I got instantly on the group chat, and I was like, yo, Rob got hacked. And then Rob's profile fucking blocked me from the group chat. And then Triggs was still in there, and Triggs was like, yo, dude, I know you're a hacker. And then he got kicked, and then Brian was the only one left in the group chat.
I stayed there, and I waited. I waited patiently for him.
Like a cat in the fucking bushes.
He did. I got a message, and he was like, hey, bro, can you do me a favor? And I was like, hey, what? Would you need some money? And that's when I blocked him after that.
You're like, nah, man.
I was gonna fuck with him a little bit.
Big Rob, big money's cash, man.
Yeah,
he's the dude.
I was gonna fuck with him, but I was like,
well, Rob, it's good to see that you're okay, man.
Yeah,
good
Rob,
to see
that sucks, man. Back. Hope you get it back soon, man.
Yeah.
Start a new one. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week. A lot of cool shit for people that are doing some nerdy stuff, man. I ain't kidding, man. I'm not kidding. We had a really cool Black Adam trailer that dropped. Very interesting stuff I want to hear about. What is up, John? My brother from Corpus Christi. Long-time best friend. My boy John's in the group chat today. What is up? So yeah, we had a Black Adam trailer drop. Super exciting shit. Of course, we had a new episode of ObiWan Kenobi come out, which is something we're going to talk about today too. And of course, we have the debut of Disney Plus's Marvel's Miss Marvel debut. So we're going to be talking about first reactions, our responses, just really, really cool things. Not really much spoilers. I know we had a new episode of The Boys drop today. I don't think we're going to be able to watch. I haven't seen that one yet either. So I'm not going to lie. I haven't really seen that one. So I can't really say like I'm going to jump into that. But of course, I'm telling you, man, The Boys is good. Mm-hmm. And there is something that came out when I was going back and watching the episodes. Giovanni Esposito, or what's his name?
I don't
Gianni Esposito. That's the guy that plays the one that's from the fucking Mandalorian show. He's from Far Cry 6.
Like, Far Cry. Yeah.
He's like in everything, dude. He's in everything.
He's an OG, triple OG.
He's the guy that plays the main dude that's in charge of Vought in The Boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's the scene where he's there with Senator Bobby, which is Senator Singer, Bobby Singer, which is the dude from Supernatural, the old guy.
Yeah.
Right. And he commentarily speaks a very meta thing to me, which I'd been telling people for years. And it's really cool because when I had the opportunity to interview the guys from the DC universe at that convention I went to, mm-hmm. I asked them all the same question, that how they feel if we've passed the silver age of the comic book in our universe, right?
I remember. Mm-hmm.
And that guy in that show, and I know it's like a meta way of saying it because it's speaking, because The Boys literally is like forefronting that whole entire movement of making comic books very gory, and the perversion and just that adult rated stuff. And he says it, he goes, you know what? You're right. We made a mistake. We put the super in heroes. We gave them a pedestal. We gave them a platform. We let them, what's up, Vince? How you doing, my dude? It's good to see you. We gave them we gave them the sex, we gave them the drugs, we gave them the money, we gave them all that stuff and the fame, and they perversed it, and it's like he even says that he goes 5 more years, and I guess I'm just gonna be out of this the superhero job or whatever. And he goes, but you'll be able to control all of these people because yours is gonna be temporary. It's when he's selling the VOT 24 or something, VOT 27 or something to him.
Yeah.
Trying to sell it to Congress. And it to me, it was like that was the creator of The Boys and the guy that's writing the comic books telling you this is it, man. I was showing a friend of mine a video of it's a really funny video. It's Superman and Batman. They're what do they call it? They're not interviewing, but what is it when a cop does it? They're interrogating. They're doing an interrogation to kill shot or dead shot. And Superman goes up and he grabs the light and he puts it in his face and he's like, yo, you're gonna tell me everything you know. And Deadshot pulls away and Superman's like, oh, I'm sorry, is the light too bright? Like, I'm sorry. And then he looks at Batman and Batman's like it was like really quirky, cute, funny. But it's because these two characters are like best friends. They don't really do the violence thing, but they're portraying a role. I don't know. It was really cool because you're expecting that from the animated series and the way the characters were. It made me miss the old Justice League animated series.
Okay.
Like watching that and wishing that companies nowadays would just kind of go back to that, which I guess was the saving grace to seeing the Miss Marvel show the way it came out, because it reminded me of that playfulness of the comic book film or movie. Of course, like I have some gripes. I don't have a lot of gripes about the Miss Marvel show. For me, it was one of those things like it's just very bland because it just didn't really do much in the first episode. Like there was a lot of disposition.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it when we get there. It wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't like a great show either, which the ratings, man, I am so fucking confused on the fucking Rotten Tomato. Yeah. There's like we were talking about that too. It was like when you sent me that shit, I was like, what are you talking about? It's like it's either a 10 or it's a 1. There's no fucking in betweens.
There's no in between.
Yeah. No in betweens. It was wild when you said that shit to me. But yeah, man, there's a lot of cool shit that happened this week, and I'm so excited. One thing made me so happy, and it blew my mind at the same time, how fast you go through seasons of television shows. Because man, dude, when I had told you about Attack on Titan, you were like, bet I got this, and
knocked it out.
You slammed through Attack on Titan like crazy.
Yeah,
but we mentioned the show 2 weeks ago that we wanted you to really see. Literally, it was so cool seeing all your expressions online because they were exactly the way I was going through them when I was watching the show also. Yeah. But it was so cool seeing it for you because of the fact that you just saw it like all together.
You didn't
need to fucking wait. Right. You didn't need to wait.
So I actually have like that. I kind of wish I didn't, because like you guys had time to let it marinate. I'm watching it back to back. So like any type of I guess little space that you had to let things sink in, I don't have that. Like I'm just knocking it out, right?
Nice.
But I have a question for you.
Shoot.
What was let's exclude season 4. Season 4 is its own beast, no pun. What was your favorite season of Stranger Things? And anyone that's in the comments, I want to know, if you exclude season 4 of Stranger Things, what season do you like the most? 1, 2, or 3? What do you say, Chris?
I really like. I mean, that's hard, man. That's really hard. I'm gonna say part 2. I'm gonna say the second season.
Okay, I would agree with you. I don't think that season 3. Now we've talked on the side.
Yeah,
like season 3 is horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Anyone that's and ladies that's listening right now, season 3, the writing on that, they might have just taken the year off. I don't know what the fuck was up with them with that. But season 3,
and you know what's interesting about that is the kid that plays the one with the cap. I always forget his with
the cap.
Yeah, the funny kid, the nerdy kid, the chubby one, the friend.
Oh, Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin. His character, the actor came out and was like, season 3 is like our black sheep in interviews.
Yeah, no.
So they acknowledge that's probably like their weakest.
Yeah.
Season, but the villain was great. The Mind Flayer.
Yes.
The mind flayer.
Yes.
I mean, the thing is it's like I tell everybody, the D&D part of this show is astronomically cool. The whole idea of the upside down, the aesthetic of it, the cinematography of it, like hands down is probably one of the best horror things I've ever seen in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, and then like I've said before, season 4, I'll die on that pedestal. It is killing it right now.
It's killing it. So, just a little bit of a backstory for anyone that doesn't know that's in the comments. The first time that I actually met Chris was we were doing the scary movie tournament, right?
Yes, sir.
And as soon as I got on, I was like, listen, Nightmare on Elm Street better win this shit. Like it's gotta happen because that's my favorite scary movie of all time, Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's my favorite like horror genre, like horror, like what do you call it?
Genre. Yeah, genre's fine.
Whatever, right? They went, and spoilers, I'm so sorry if anybody that hasn't watched, but once I saw Robert Englund there, I was like, yeah, no, I'm done.
Did it psych you out when you saw him?
It psyched me out. It definitely psyched me out. And then that's when it hit me. Like this season is very strictly based off of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Like that's exactly what the season is based off of. They basically just mirrored Wes Craven, which I'm all for it. So, but no, this season has been killing it. The acting has been great. The writing has been impeccable.
Yo, Georgie.
Episode 4, for some reason, stuck out to me. Like episode 4, if you guys don't remember, was when Max was about to get taken, and she's running
up that hill.
Yo, dude, when the portal opens, when they're playing the music, the portal opens. She's about to run through it, but you got the rocks coming down, bro. I got anxiety.
Right?
I got anxiety. Like that's what I look for in a show, to give that to me. And holy shit, that scene was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the whole entire aspect of like, of course, we saw all the other kids getting like taken out by the by what's his name, Vecna. Vecna. That was close. Vecna. Yeah, Vecna. We get all the kids that are getting taken out. I mean, the first one with Eddie, that one was like emotionally sad when the girl gets killed off, because like she's like the cheerleader, the popular kid or whatever, and Eddie is like this really nerdy dude that no one likes because he's kind of weird and wears shirts based on like the Hellfire Club, and everybody thinks he's like really demonic or Satanist or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And this chick ends up running into in the woods, and she's just like, I guess she's just had it so much that she's just like, hey man, I just need a friend because I just don't know what to do anymore. Yeah. Like I need a real friend, none of that fake shit friend stuff. And yeah, man, I felt bad for that Eddie dude, man. The whole entire fucking episodes of him getting like just hiding from the cops, and then these other dudes that are trying to kill him, and it's a wild show. It's so written well. But there's one part that's in the trailer that I'm so fucking dying for, and I said it last week, and it's him on top of the bus and he's playing the guitar.
Yeah, it's coming, right?
Dude, it's coming, and I'm so excited. Because if there's one thing that the showrunners of this, I think it's like the Doofy Brothers or something like that, what they do well is that everything connects. There's even like a part of me that thinks like in the last season, in like the last episodes during the war, we're going to see Barbara come back. Like Barbara's going to be like a Demigorgon or something. Okay. Barb is the chick that was the best friend of
the friend. Yeah.
She always gets referenced like all the time. And it's like that chick's like her muse, like her one memory that she can never let go. Like everything is connected to that in the sense of her PTSD is connected to the death of her best friend. So like the idea of seeing her come back as some type of like demon or image or something that she has to like confront, it's so like, and in my mind I'm like, man, it just sucked for that chick that played Barb. Like she just came out to die and everybody gets some kind of like comeback. Everybody deserves that shit. It's so wild. And then that guy that played Billy came back for a little bit.
Who was your favorite character?
Billy.
Like Billy.
Fucking Billy, dude. He's so fucking funny. Season 3, he was like the best thing in that series, dude. Billy's just the wild.
You know who stood out for me in this fourth season? Argyle. Any episode he's in, he steals.
The dude.
The stoner friend.
Oh yeah, man, the new guy.
Yeah, he steals any scene that he's in. Max is doing a great
She was a
job.
runner.
She's doing a great job this season. The actress that's playing her. Obviously 11 is doing
Millie
a
Bobby
great
Brown
job.
always kills it. She
And the twist, bro. I was like, what the fuck? When we found out, well, I guess we all knew that the orderly was one, but we didn't know that he was Victor Creel's. He was Victor Creel's son.
Yo, was that
and the
that
son killed the fucking family, bro?
I didn't.
What?
Dude, God, you see that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly,
when the show cares about its audience,
gives a fuck.
It
gives a fuck.
Exactly. It gives a fuck. It creates masterpieces.
Exactly.
Dude, I'm super good at context clues. Like, I'll be watching a show and I'll be like, that's
never saw it coming.
I never saw it. We're on the last episode and the dude's like, my dad was this and that. And right when he said that, I was like, my dad, why the fuck do I care about who the fuck this guy's dad is? Exactly. He's one of the kids in the, and then he's like, yeah. And then he shows the house and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it was such a fly by night when they were explaining that the son was like super soft and chill. Like they breezed over him in that episode. In the fucking memory episode, they just breezed over who his character was. They were talking about how the wife and the mom, she got sick first and the animals outside were dying. So in my mind, I was like, oh, bet it's the upside down world. Like, it's killing off animals outside. Oh man, the mom got sick because she got Demigorgon or whatever. Like, I was automatically in my mind thinking of like the Amityville horror movie. Yeah. That it was something wrong with the house because of the way the writing was, that the father was saying about spirituality and religion. The house was evil. It was like some kind of spiritual grounds. And I was like, I'm sold on this, dude. And it fucking locked me so bad. Because in the goddamn last part of the episode, when he comes out and it's like, hey man, this isn't a horror movie. This is a sci-fi episode. I got superpowers. Yeah. And you're like, fuck. Holy fuck. You know what? A long time ago, we did this really cool Star Wars episode for the last Star Wars movie, right? The episode 9. And we had on, I think I told you, we had RJ Mitty from Breaking Bad on it. We had, of course, our friend JD. We had Big Chris Rodriguez. We had the people from the, what is it? Cena, I don't know, some cinematography thing they do down here. Some cinema program that they do where they do like Cena races and stuff like that. We had them all on the show. It was so fucking cool. We had all these great Fred Ward, my dude, RGV Titan Radio. Shout out, my guys. And I got to ask everybody, if you could make an episode, I want to ask you this too.
What's up? If
you could make your own fan fiction episode of Star Wars, what would it be about? I have to ask you this first before I explain to you.
My own fan fiction of Star Wars. What would it be about?
Anything. It doesn't have to be about the Darth Vader,
No. I got you.
Skywalker. Anything. It could be about anything about Star Wars. Anything in the universe.
I would definitely have a show about what is Yoda doing right now. Like, I think that to me is more interesting as of right now, being that what Yoda's doing right now. Because the next time we're gonna see him with Luke, or whatever. He's
kind of like the way they're doing the Obi story right now. Like, where did he hide?
Exactly.
Like, what is he doing in his swamp?
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Like,
I can see that.
What is he
That'd
doing?
Be a good episode. So one of the coolest ones that we were told was the Cantina band. Right, those guys, but like a rock star movie of those guys. Like, when they started off, they were like going throughout the entire galaxy, and they were like really big, and then they got into drugs and the sex and the rock and roll, and their band breaks apart. And then that episode of Star Wars was the first time that they all got back together.
Wow.
That's
you know what?
And cut off and all this other shit.
It's funny because John brings up the origin of the Jedi, but honestly, I was gonna say something along that lines, like where it all began. But I
A
think
1,000-year war or something.
I think we're gonna get
That is a film. It's trilogy.
I think we're gonna get I think we're gonna show actually where it explains the origin
It's gonna be the Game of Thrones people.
of the Sith.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like we're gonna get all of that. We're gonna get the origin of the Jedi and the Sith. That's coming.
Hopefully in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Hopefully in our lifetime before we're all old people and we're still doing the podcast. But that was one of the ones that Fred Ward gave, and that was so fucking cool. One of the ones, well, mine was, it was very similar to that concept of what they wrote in Stranger Things. But mine was, I wanted it to be a horror Star Wars film.
Okay.
Based on like the younglings trying to survive during Order 66, like surviving in a broken like battle like a battle cruiser, like one of them that had crashed, and they're living in the hull of it. They're living like in the skeleton of it, like crashed on a planet. And someone gets like, oh, I think I've seen some people in there. You might want to check it out. So the stormtroopers all go in there, and you know, the imperialists and all that stuff. And the kids are starting to like fuck with people's mind using the Force and making them see things and like go crazy and all that stuff. But it's all based on the kids trying to survive, but turning it into a horror film. That's what I thought that would have been cool, because we never had during that time when I was talking about it, not during that episode of the podcast, but way before, when I'd come up with that story, we really hadn't had a story about how people were surviving Order 66. So it was before like the Cal Custis storyline in the video game. So I was like, man, that would be really cool, man, because in Knights of the Old Republic, we have that girl that can mess with people's minds. Like she can actually like get people to see shit in their heads and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I'm super hyped about Stranger Things. So out of all the entire season, do you now get the hype? No. You still don't get the hype?
I honestly, I was gonna say before, up until season 4, I wasn't sold on it, bro.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
I wasn't. I said it. I said it in the chat. I wasn't sold on it. Like episode 2 was good. I do like episode. I like season 2. I do like. Season 1. I like. Episode 3 killed it for me. But
you right
then
out of it, right?
It took me right out of it. And even at my, I guess, the height of my interest, it was like, okay, like I kind of get it, but I wouldn't, it's still probably not for me. But then season 4 started and it blew me away. Like you can just tell the writing. That's all I care about, bro. If you notice, I have a common theme here. As long as it's written well, I'm all for it.
You're all for it.
I'm all for it, dude. Like I don't give a fuck what you do about. I don't care what you do with the characters, with the act. I don't give a fuck, dude. As long as it's written well, that's fine. It's so clear the difference between season 4 and then the rest of that shit. It's so clear, like it's night and day. So I'm gonna be okay with the entirety of the show because you're giving me season 4, but it was close. It was really close. You're gonna have me come on here and just trash this fucking show.
Do you feel that with how season 4 now carries the show, that we got like a full story that's kind of like paid off in the end? Because remember that the finances were never this big, and it wasn't until the last season that they were like, money, let's fire some people, money. Remember we talked about that last week?
Yeah, we were talking about it. They really
gave it like a big film budget.
Well, that's what they needed because it's, and you know what? I don't even think that's the case. It was just the writing, and I don't want to go in it here because I don't want to nitpick. Yeah. But off camera, I had some issues with the writing in basically all of the seasons. Like some things just didn't make any sense, or some things weren't revealed until later on down the road when I already forgot about the shit. And now I'm asking questions and things just weren't answered. And it was just all over the place. But for some reason, I don't know who took the reins on season 4. They were like, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to knock it out the park. You give me an unlimited budget, we'll knock it out the park. And they did. So I'm happy.
So in season 4, like now that you're all caught up to the seasons, do all your questions get answered? Like, what were your major concerns coming into season 4? What were your major questions?
I only listen. I've realized that in this day and age of shows, to just try to go with as
With the
much as
flow.
possible. Yeah, don't like some things just aren't going to make any sense. Like, and I should be okay with that. I'm like, I'll live. But one, I didn't know from season 1 to season 2 to season 3, Elle's vocabulary just
Grew.
kept it just grew, and I wasn't even sure that she knew English like in the first season. But I looked online. A lot of people had issues with that or whatever, so I'm not gonna go into that. And then the only other issue that I had was, why were the Russians trying to open the gate? But it was explained in season 4 that it was kind of explained in season 4. They were saying that they opened the gate because they were trying to weaponize the Gorgon drag, or the, what do you call them? The Gorgon
Demigorgons.
dragons, the demigorgons. They were trying to weaponize the demigorgons to make them weapons or whatever.
And I
So
figured that's kind of like,
I guess I get the answer. I guess I got my
like, and
answer.
it's real
to it.
crazy because I think we talked about that because you asked me that when you were. That's why I hope you know I'm really nice about not like fucking ruining things, and I always try to play dumb. When
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are like, "Oh man, dude, well, what about if 11 hit that girl with a skate?" And I was like, "Oh man, like that'd be crazy if she did." And
Yeah,
I've already
yeah.
seen it and smashed her fucking mouth, dude. Um, when you had told me like, man, what the fuck are the Russians even in this shit for? Like, who the fuck are they? Like, what do they want? Why do they keep going in the hole? And
Okay. All right. So in my defense, I said that
but
going
this was season like
into
3, yeah.
going into season
Yeah, going
4.
into season 4.
So
He
this is at
wasn't
the
there
end
yet.
of season 3. I'm confused. I'm like, what was the whole point of the Russians? Like, there was literally no point for them to be trying to open in a gate. Number one, we don't, how the fuck do they even know what the fuck a gate is? How do they know how to get enough energy to open a motherfucking gate? Like, there was just so many questions, and you're right. You left it to my imagination. When season 4 started, it was kind of explained quickly, although it was a bullshit
Dicey, yeah,
answer.
still a little
Yeah,
dicey.
little dicey, but I'll accept it. At least there was an answer, you know.
See, like for me, I kind of just went with the ideas that they were Russians. Like, like I don't know how to explain that. Like, anytime someone puts Russians in films, like they're probably not that way in real life. I mean, I'm a big fan of Khabib. He's a really good guy. He's a great MMA fighter. So him being from like the Russian area, like that's cool. But like anytime there's some kind of like weird ass like weaponized shit, like Russia's there, dude.
They're just
Like
there.
Russia's
They're on
there.
it. They're
I
on
mean,
it.
fuck, they have like the biggest nuclear arms in the nation or in the whole entire world. And it's probably in a warehouse with like a fucking master lock in the front of it, like with no shits, they don't really care. There's one old ass dude protecting that shit. Like they don't even care who gets inside there. They're just like, yeah, we have all the nukes, but like, all right. Like
Yeah.
they just want to fucking, I don't know, pile them up and just have them. So when there was this idea that there was like this weird world, I was like, yo, they're going to choose one fucking nerdy ass dude that's not important out of the whole platoon. And they're going to be like, yo, here's some guns and some ammo. You go check it out. here, Ivan, go and walk in there. And he's going to be like, it was, dude, that's like every trope in like those fucking zombie movies when the Russians come in. They send like the most nerdiest dude in the platoon that's not important in first. And then he gets like wiped out by all the zombies. So that's literally what I just wrote it up for.
Literally, I'm looking at the list of characters, just in season 4 alone. Everyone's doing a fucking fantastic job.
Blow up job.
Murray
Everybody's
Bowman,
story's so
like
good.
the translator, the guy that gets stuck with Winona Ryder the whole season 4. He's fucking
The
amazing. I
Iron
love him.
Tar, what's his
Yes,
name?
I
dude?
fucking love him, bro.
Yeah, he's so funny.
I love Murray.
My foot is steel. My hands are iron. Like I fucking do that whole speech.
Yo,
I'm a black belt in karate now. I'm a black belt in karate, and they're like,
I didn't
"You're a black
like
belt in karate."
I didn't like
that's
Robin.
okay.
I didn't like Robin at first, but she's growing on me. Like, I like her now. Everyone. Hopper is the fucking man, by the way. Like everyone's cool. Like I love
That's why,
everyone.
dude. That was because so around.
Nancy's a little bit annoying, but
Oh yeah,
other than
she has
that,
her
but
moments. She has her moments, but in like I would say around season 1 or season 2 is when David Harbour got picked to be the new Hellboy
okay.
because he was Hellboy in the new movie,
hmm
and I was so excited to see him in Hellboy because the dude's a big dude. He's like 6'3".
It's a big
He's
guy,
a
dude.
big dude, man, and I can see him being like the new young Ron Perlman.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like coming out in like these big, because dude, he was Red Guardian, man, and he did not disappoint. He did a
At all.
fucking bang up job in Black Widow. So fucking funny, so great.
hmm
So to see that he was going to come out in Hellboy and be the character that's like truly like always a dick, the dick with a heart of gold kind of thing. I was
hmm
expecting like something greatness, and then it just flopped completely. The story just was horrible.
hmm
So I felt bad for him, man. I felt bad, but of course, Black Widow really brought him back up. So that was really good. Um, but yeah, he's been such a awesome character. The Hopper character in Stranger Things is just the powerhouse. And I think that they did the whole entire Russian thing more because this was during the time of him doing Red Guardian and working with Marvel.
Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting. That
Yeah, it
it's
kind of coincides with
just
all
a
that
weird,
shit.
yeah, it's just a weird coincidence, but I like it. So yeah, season 4, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. Actually, it's fucking phenomenal. You get anything to remotely remind me of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm gonna be in on. And this is like actually a scary show. Like it's a scary fucking
Yeah,
show.
this one was a
It's great.
lot more like tighter on it. So out of
Yeah,
all out of all the 4 seasons,
4.
what has been like your best parts of the story? What have been your worst parts of the story?
Everything that they're doing in 4 has been the best so far. I do. You know what? I like they're doing I like what they're doing with all the character development from 1 through 4. The only character that they're failing is Will, which is a weird thing to say. Will
Yeah, he
is
had
a
a lot of build in like the first and second season.
so
Like
you
casual. Yeah, you're
like
right.
the first 2 seasons were kind of based around Will, but you really didn't flush him out. And now you're now you're flirting with the love triangle with 11 and Will and Mike. So like I thought they would have been better off fleshing that out a little bit more when he was younger and like the earlier seasons, as opposed to trying to catch up now. But that's the only character I think they've done a disservice to so far. That's the only thing I don't like about the show so far.
Okay.
They had a gold mine with Will. If they would start that love triangle earlier, like that would have just been wild. But
Like
yeah,
when they were younger.
when they were younger,
Yeah.
exactly, making it more noticeable. And
Yeah,
yeah,
because it kind of came out of nowhere that
that's what I'm saying. It
there
came
was
out of
that weird vibe in
nowhere.
season 4, right?
For me personally, it came out of nowhere in season 4, and I'm like, are they really doing that? I guess we're doing it. And so now I was like, all right, we're here now.
Yeah, that's straight. I could see that. Um, so that was your lowest point. What was your
That's
highest point?
my highest point.
Yeah, what?
Was seeing Robert England, dude. Like I told you, like seeing him, like Robert England is like, um, it's like the comics explained dude for fucking
For Triggs.
for tricks. Like that's who my comics explain guy is, and
Okay.
I would love to sit there and pick his brain. So seeing him and just giving a nod to one of my favorite movies, I was like, you know what? And it's really funny because like at that point I realized that they were kind of, I don't want to say stealing a movie each season, but like the third season, it was more like the Terminator because we had the Russian dude that was just the Terminator with his own music and all that shit. So it was like a prominent movie of the 80s that they kind of like adapted their story around. So I thought that was pretty cool. And this one, it just happens to be Nightmare on Elm Street. So lucky me.
So for me, the entire throughout all seasons, like all the seasons for 4, like 1 through 4, my biggest parts of the story that I liked the most were just the kids part. Like the adult stories, like fine. Like it's like I said before, it's very X-Files supernatural for the adults and the teenagers.
Yeah.
But like for the children, it reminds me always of the Goonies. Even at season 4 with them like in high school, like it's very Goonie-esque. Like and it's getting into like that almost like the movie Super Bad. Like it's almost like to where it's the kids like now they're becoming more adult and they're trying to be more adult-ish. So they're
Yeah.
saying like one or two more cuss words more, or they're being more ballsy about stuff. Like you're almost expecting some characters to maybe pull like a jackass moment and like jump out and do some crazy shit, like jump off a building or do some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
Because they're getting to that really mischievous age of teenagers.
Mhm.
So the kids, how they interact with the story is always my best thing. Dustin, the introduction to like the physical appearance of like his girlfriend, like almost even though it's a little part that she kind of like comes out in, and her sister and her whole fucking wacky family, like that was just wild, man. That reminded me a lot of like the Pee Wee Herman movies, or you're looking at like maybe like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Or
Mhm.
like you walk into these houses and all the kids are going crazy and the dad's got like all of these weird like dingy boppy technology things all around the house and you're just like what the heck, and boop boop and things are things are just exploding. It reminded me so much of that time in film, which was
And
very very cool.
and you know what? Kudos to the writers because you got to understand like what they're doing is they are telling 4 stories. Like they have like 3 or 4 stories going all at once, bro. Like
Yeah.
and they're doing a great
Mhm.
job balancing it out and not oversaturating one and watering down another. Like they're keeping the balance perfect, bro. Like this season is written perfectly.
Yeah, it's very very solid, very solid. And then the only thing that I thought was a really big loss was, I want to say in season 3 when they introduced the sister.
Oh, dude, that was the
And it's such
worst.
a forgettable moment, but it's such an
Yeah, that
interesting
was
thing
such a
because
waste. It was a waste. It was a
for that
waste.
moment, it kind of felt like they were gonna go this superhero genre. Like there was like this superhero moment where they're like, "Wow, these kids they have powers now."
They're gonna go
Real
together and
X-Men,
yeah,
real
start
like
their own thing.
New Mutants kind of vibe, like with a little bit of horror twist. Like you could really really feel that they had that idea, and then they just flake. It just falls off. Not even an introduction. Not even a talk about it. They don't even mention her in this story, which brings you back all the way to the memories of 11. You
She's
know what I mean?
gonna she's gonna be in the
You
season.
think so?
Absolutely.
I would really hope so because to me, that's the only falling from grace this show has right now for me.
Mm.
Because that was such a like a weird, like they spent episodes, there's money involved in them building a character for no reason. What's up, Ham? How you doing, my dude? That's
Yo,
the
yo.
arcade man right there, man. Ham's runs Games by Ham. Huge arcade library. Just
Oh shit.
old school fucking just big ass arcade machines. It's got some Japanese. I love the Japanese style old Street Fighter
Yeah, yeah.
plastic machines. He has like a
That's
bunch of
dope.
those. Like it's got a whole warehouse. He'll have all of that stuff at Gamers Expo
That's
coming
cool.
up.
Nice.
So man, I can't wait, man. Cannot wait, my dude. Cannot wait. But so far, that's gonna be my biggest the biggest downfall for me is gonna be that character's unresolved. And like I said, they just spent money on that character, developing the sister, developing the idea that she has other siblings that are part of the 1 through 11, 11 concept, which is very Wolverine-esque from the comic books,
Mhm.
because Wolverine's the reason why he's X, like the weapon X is because he's weapon 10 out of a program. So interesting. It's interesting stuff. I just wish they would have built on it more. Hopefully they give us some kind of resolve. Maybe she'll come out in the last episodes and fucking blasting people like real fucking
I would like
superpower.
that. I would like her to show up just as a cameo to help out, whatever last battle. Because that
It'd be
was
interesting.
honestly, that was literally a waste of time. Like she was there. What service did she help? Like
Yeah.
she didn't help her with anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
So
I can't even remember like what her purpose was in the show. Now
it
that you mention
wasn't.
it.
It was like she was taking her around to kill all of the ex-workers of the lab, and it didn't work out. So then she ended up just dipping on her, and that was it.
Yeah. And
It
I
was
can't even like I don't know if there was like because usually when you story write or a story comes out and builds this kind of character, there's usually like a moment of zen or
yeah.
like a learning.
She had her. Well, she was trying to teach her how to move the little big ass uh cart, right?
Mhm.
And but she was telling her on how to do it, but 11 already knew that shit. Like she already
Yeah,
knew.
she already knew how to move shit.
She already knew how to move shit and was just like dig. She was like just dig deep in a place where you're scared but you're angry. She already knew that was what she needed to do. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's been my biggest thing. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that you said we get some resolve. It'd be cool if they did. If they don't, then anymore. The show's going good anyways. So, what else? Is there anything else you want to cover on? Is there any other questions that you had about Stranger Things that you've been watching and you're kind of like lost on?
No, man. It's great to see Sean Austin was in the season. That was pretty cool. I'm
That
a
was
big
rad.
fan of his.
How you liking Winona Ryder?
Um,
I
I've
kind of feel
accepted.
like her greatest
I've
performances in
I've
season one.
yeah, I've accepted her. She's annoying as fuck, but
Yeah.
I've accepted it.
I
It
kind of
is
feel
what
like her
it is.
greatest performance was season one, and ever since then, it's just the same. Like, there's no build, there's no develop, and it's just the same character over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like her forte when it comes to like films. So, like, because I can't remember. Like, yeah, there's probably a couple of films that someone will correct me on, but I
You
just
know what? You know what I found myself saying? I found myself saying, I wish that I had parents like the Wheelers growing up because they are the most clueless parents in
the
America.
dad's an asshole, but he's like so passive asshole.
They're both dickheads. How do you not know when you have people in your house? Like, you just don't know anything ever. Like, you don't know where your kids are. You never know when they're lying to you or when they're telling you the truth. You know nothing. And
I think they just
it was
got
just
checked
so
out from the
funny.
last season with the Billy shit, dude. I'm telling you, man, season 3 with them was wild with the mom. Like, I think
That's
that
it.
was just too much excitement for her at her later age, man.
I have a lot of problems with just season 3, especially with that. Like, why even have that in the show? Like, if he's
That whole
not gonna,
Billy situation.
yeah, if he's not gonna fuck her, pardon my French, then
Yeah.
why even have that in the show?
I think it was
You
just
would
to build the Billy character more than anything, because that's all it really did. If you think about it.
to build him for what? We didn't see Billy lay pipe at all. He didn't have the
The finisher.
rep. He didn't have the rep to slay chicks like they kind of insinuated it, but that served no purpose whatsoever.
You know what? Like, that is interesting because I never thought of it that way. Because for me, it was always one of those things like Billy was just being Billy. Like, he was out there, he knew what it was like to be that dude, but he just wouldn't follow through with that because deep down inside, like, the way his, like, what his father, it was like the father was still around. Or was it the mother? It was a father that was still around, right?
At that point, the father was still
The
around.
father. But the father treated him like shit, right?
The father.
Yeah. So there was like this always like he had to kind of portray this masculine effort in his entire life. But when he got home, his dad instantly took that and he was scared of him. So it was almost like that like he portrays the father's abuse on everyone else.
Mhm.
So like maybe the father was like this dude that was like a hound also. So like when he went out, he treated women with disrespect. But deep down inside, you knew that the Billy character was, he was a normal dude and soft and all that stuff. He cried, felt pain, was scared. There was a bunch of like really emotional parts with him in the series, which you ended up kind of feeling bad for Billy at the end because you didn't really want him to die. You know what I mean?
Billy, I didn't give a fuck whether he lived or died. You know what? You know what is kind of pissing me off now that I keep thinking about it? The little love triangle between Steve, Nancy, and
The brother.
and Jonathan.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
dude, like, what
so
are we
weird.
doing, bro? Like, can we just land on one of them? Like, and
Yeah,
none
Nancy's
of
kinda
them,
like
none of them are
she was
smashing,
sus, dude.
and none of them are smashing. So it's like, yo, can we just pick somebody and just stick
Well,
with it? I
Nancy and
don't
that
have
main
time.
dude did at the beginning.
I'm talking about now though.
Yeah,
Like,
now I don't know.
no one's smashing. They're all fucking like head over heels for this chick. Like, bro, and if they don't get it together, Robin's gonna steal their fucking girl anyway. So it's like
Yeah, Robin's gonna come in and swoop.
she's gonna come in
Swoop, whoop.
and swoop her and shit. So yeah, bro. I'm calling it now. She might do that, bro. She might
So
fucking
what are
out.
you feeling theoretically? What are you feeling for the next episode? For the next season, I guess we're gonna say. Because a
I
lot of
don't
people
know,
think that
dude.
they're talking season in the sense that they're making a whole new like season 5. They're not doing a season 5. Like season 4, chapter 2. I think there or something like that, where the next 3 episodes that are coming out are the second iteration of this chapter. They're calling it another season, but it's not. And a lot of people think they're making a season 5. I don't think they're gonna make season 5. I think this is it.
I just think that at some point they'll all meet up, obviously, and we're gonna get a version of 11 that is like Uncharted. Like she's gonna be OP, and
Like she's coming in all binary mode or what? Like
yeah,
Captain
bro,
Marvel or what?
yeah, like, and I think it's gonna be like a last second type of thing. Like it's gonna be like almost end of the world time, and she
Okay.
comes in all souped up and super OP, and she's
Just
gonna
Super
fuck.
Saiyan down and shit.
Yeah,
She's gonna hit.
she's gonna fuck shit
She's
up.
gonna do what's that shit from Dragon Ball Z? She's gonna hit Ego, or she's gonna hit a fucking Instinct or what?
Definitely instinct.
Ultra Instinct.
Absolutely. Ultra
Okay,
instinct.
I get it.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
there's a lot of things that I have in mind that I think are gonna work. I think, of course, front and center are going to be that kid with the hairy chest and the square head. So he's gonna be, which is Nancy's.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve's gonna be front and center as a warrior. Because
Okay.
the thing is everybody portrays a part in D&D. So like if you
Okay.
break it down, so
I've never played, so you gotta tell me.
so in Dungeons and Dragons, you have like hunters, thieves, wards, wizards, or something like that. You have
Oh,
trolls and
before you go on, shout out to the little sister Erica. She is by far
she's
like
fucking great, dude.
my favorite
I like how she's so
character,
just
bro.
straight, dude. Like she's just like, dude, what are you talking about? They're not fucking devil worshippers, dumb motherfuckers.
Bro,
And shit. She's
yo,
just calling everybody out, dude, like all the time.
bro,
They're like,
I
"Hush,
I
quiet
love her.
down."
She is literally my favorite character in the show.
What's her
Okay.
brother's name? Dustin's
Why am I
friend.
thinking it?
Forgot his name. You got to look up the names. I'm not good
I'm
with any of
looking
the
it
names.
up. Damn. Oh,
Well,
Lucas.
okay, so I think Lucas, I think Steve, Hopper, that dude, what's his name? Murphy, or what's his name?
Murray.
Murray.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna be our like standing warriors. Like, I think they're gonna be our dudes that are like they have sticks and guns and bats in the final war.
Okay.
Eddie has come in and he's a ward, which is like, I don't know if you remember the TV show The Watcher.
Yeah.
He's the dude with the lute that plays
Okay.
guitar and sings and does stuff. He's gonna be that dude, but he's also gonna be like battlefronting what people are gonna do because he's good at Dungeons and Dragons. It's what he does. He's a masterman. But that's why he's gonna be the guy playing the song, and that's gonna be like the it's either gonna be the like a decoy, or it's gonna be the thing that weakens the mind flayer, or one of the things. Music's gonna be like the major thing. I think it's gonna be the playing factor, the de facto. 11, of course, is like the mage.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna come in and mage up and do all the fucking necromancing and all that shit. Nancy, Robin. I think Robin might be a front runner too, like someone in the front. But like Nancy's gonna be like a thief, so she'll be like spy. She'll be like sneaking into places, getting things put into place. She's gonna do like the journalistic shit where like they're constantly like, in the shadows doing some crazy shit. And Mike and Will.
Dustin has been the MVP. I don't know how he does it, but he
Well,
literally
he's like a wizard too. He's like he's like technologically a wizard.
Yeah, he literally
He's a
explains
mastermind.
the game plan every time with little to no information.
Yeah.
It's like
He
and
just
that's
knows shit.
yeah, again, that's another thing you just kind of have to just go with. Like I've had to do that a lot. Just be like, all right, well,
And I think Mad Max is gonna be like the barbarian character, like her brother. Like she's gonna be like this like strong bearing character. So she'll be
Really?
like a frontliner too, yeah.
Okay.
She'll be up in battle. Because all of those people, they really don't have any skill, but they can throw down.
Yeah.
Like they'll slap the fuck out of someone in real life. Dustin, I don't think so. Dustin has to be doing technology shit like his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Steve, in the last couple of episodes, I don't know, you noticed that he was like
That came out of nowhere. The first 3 seasons,
he was so fucking green, dude.
Yo, at the first 3 seasons, he got his ass kicked a minimum
Every
of 2
fucking
times.
time.
A minimum of 2 times a season, he got his ass kicked. But
Even
now
when fucking Billy came in, Billy beat the shit out of him, no?
I'm telling you, bro. A minimum 2 times
This
a
dude gets
season,
some chest
he would get
hair,
his ass,
and
he would
now
get his
he's
ass
the
kicked.
dude.
And now he's ripping the fucking bat wings off of people. Yeah, all right, bro. I got
But you
it.
can see what I'm talking about. Where like those are the dudes, and then Hopper, of course, dude. Like Hopper's out in Russia
Hopper's
doing
my guy,
fucking just
yo.
yeah, dude.
I'm riding with Hopper, dude.
He's gonna straight just punch the mind flayer to death, dude. The moment he
Word
gets
up.
on top, he's chopping that dude. The mind flayer is gonna be like, "What the hell?" Like, and this dude's just gonna jump, just gonna choke him to death, dude. Watch with his bare hands, dude. You watch. But yeah, I feel like everybody's gonna play the role, man. I'm super excited, and the writers, the Doofy Brothers, have done an amazing fucking job of a show. Like,
Mhm.
what a show! To where like here we are in the final season, and it's to me it's like a 9 or a 10. Like it's literally like it's like a 9
To
or
me,
10.
this is a 10. You can't honestly. There's no weak spots.
Yeah, it's such a good show, man. I'm so happy you got to see it, man. I'm so happy you took our advice and checked it out, and man, you ran through that shit so hard.
Yeah, I knocked it out. I
Commend
knocked
you,
it out
man.
in like 4 days. Like 4 days. I knocked it out.
I commend you, dude. I don't even know how you do that. It takes me
Yeah, man.
years to fucking finish a television show.
Now
Years.
it was enjoyable though.
Onwards to our next
Let's
conversation.
go.
Did you get an opportunity to see, and this goes out to everybody in the comment section too, if you're out there, did you guys get the opportunity to see the trailer for Black Adam?
Yes, sir. I did.
What did you guys think?
It honestly, it didn't look anything different from the teaser that we saw not that long ago.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff. A little bit of more, introduction to some other characters that are like in vans and more human-esque stuff. They opened up an interesting story for Black Adam, which is, of course, there's a lot of freedoms. There's always freedoms taken in these movies nowadays.
what did you think of the trailer?
Visually, it looks so fucking cool.
It
I'm
does,
not gonna
right?
lie. Like, I'm just if it's like with all the colors and shit that they're playing out, like if they didn't have any words and it just went like that during the whole entire thing, just DC characters popping up and fighting each other in broken cities, like if it almost looked like the trailer to that one video game for Justice League DC Online, DC Universe Online, where everybody was just fighting each other in the streets. I don't know if you ever saw that trailer. If you haven't, I'll definitely show you later on. But it's a great fucking CG animated series where everyone's armored up and Black Adam's there and Flash and Green Lantern and Batman and everyone's calling shots in a big ass war. It's so good. There is that if it's like that the whole time, I'd be 100% about it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that with my ADHD, man, if you put a bunch of colors and superheroes in front of me and they're just running around using their powers, I'm all about it, dude. Endgame was like a mushroom trip for me. If you start putting words in it, of course, that's when it starts to get a little dicey because we're looking at the phenomenal acting chops of the Rock coming in and doing an amazing job, which he's probably going to act just like himself. So, I mean,
like just like he does in every other movie.
I love The Rock. I love him. He's funny in every fucking movie.
Hey, you know what? Don't knock it. Like if it ain't broke, if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Don't fix it, bro.
Don't fix it.
Yeah, man.
Well, I want to go back real quick. Vince Weaver asked, is they were to do a season 5 or a 5th season or something, should it be a time jump where they are older? Well, that wouldn't even be hard because all these fucking kids are like in their 80s already, no? Like they're old. The motherfuckers are old, man. All of them are like 18, 19. They're all in college already practically. So it'd be cool if they did a time jump, a respectful time jump. Like it. Oh, dude, that would be so cool if season 5 was like an It time jump where they just brought in a whole new cast of actors to play them at an older age.
Listen, as long as you write it like this season, I don't give a fuck.
You can fucking make it like aliens. I don't give a fuck.
You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck.
Make it look like fucking Romeo and Juliet. I don't give a shit. Like, if you write it good, you write it good. Hopper's is fun. The other one I saw was if Stranger Things cast was in the MCU, what characters do you pick them besides Hopper? I don't know. I would kind of consider them all X-Men. That's literally all we got left in the Marvel universe is the X-Men and the Inhumans. I could see 11 doing like a Jean Grey role or just a stunt double for Natalie Portman. because they both look exactly the fuck alike. And what franchise can cross over with Stranger Things? That's actually not a bad question. So what franchise do you think could cross over with Stranger Things?
I mean, it was already in the show, so Ghostbusters, right? I think
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters and Stranger Things would be hand in
Interesting.
hand, bro.
That would be really cool. I mean, of course, you would already think superhero stuff, right? But what about anything else, man? What about Stranger Things in like Mortal Kombat? I would see 11 in Mortal Kombat if she was like, I don't know, a little bit older, just doing her fucking crazy psychic shit all over the place. Yo,
I have a question.
Shoot.
So when 11 dispatched 1, was that the origin of the Upside Down, or was it already there and she just opened it up? Like, did
Yeah,
she
it
just
was already there. It just she
she just
was just
opened the
dealing
game?
with just a monster.
Okay.
So like I'm feeling like the demigorgons are kind of like the common animal.
They're
Same
like
thing
the
with the
foot
bat.
soldiers.
Yeah, they're
Foot
like the
soldiers.
soldiers. The general would be the Vecna,
Yeah.
and then the Mind Flayer being like the straight up like the big
OG,
baddie of the
triple
whole thing, or
OG.
at
Yeah.
least one of them. It would be cool if they did like a It Cthulhu crossover with Stranger Things,
Okay.
like that crossover world, the Dark Towers world.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool. I could see like Pennywise being a part of this shit. And if I'm not mistaken, like there's probably like I think they did an episode when they go visit Robert England or England,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name?
England.
Yeah, Robert England. When they go visit him, that chick and Robin, right? They're together and they're in a library. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the library they filmed the Drury
Oh,
Library in.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I want to
Drury.
say that that's the same set because that library looked fucking familiar to me.
Okay.
And I
I
want to say
didn't.
it's where the chubby kid is in it.
I
Someone's
didn't
gonna have to
recognize
go
it.
back and check that out for me. Something related to vampires, dude. Like a vampire, like Blade, dude. Can you imagine 11 and Blade just dropping motherfuckers just with her powers?
No, because like I think again, I think 11 is gonna be so OP. I don't see anybody fucking with her after this.
It's gonna be so cool. I'm really, really excited to see that.
Like
That's a
she
very,
fucked
very
up.
cool
She
thing.
fucked up one that had multiple souls in him, and she dispatched him like it was nothing, bro.
Do you think that's how the powers work also?
For him,
Like
I think
for
it
him,
worked.
like he absorbs people and like their life essences, their life essences, and he's
Yeah.
able to get stronger.
For some reason, that's how he works. I don't think that works for everyone, but that's how
Everybody.
he works. Like every time he killed someone, they joined him. They joined his soul. So like right before him and 11 got into it, you can actually hear shit crawling under his skin. He was no longer
Oh shit.
human. Like he was something different.
Different.
So that's the reason why when she dispatched him to wherever the fuck she sent him, it just was like hell or whatever. Like it was
Shang
just,
Tsung for
it was
Mortal
just
Kombat
weird.
vibes. 11 teams up with Doctor Strange, dude. That would be interesting. I mean, dude, 11 and Wanda would fucking derail everybody right now.
Oh, that's it, bro.
That's a given, man.
There's no
That's such a
coming
given.
back from that.
They're
Like,
coming back. The whole fucking
pack it up.
universe.
Just pack it up.
Everything's done. There's no more crossovering, man.
Yeah,
No
pack
more
it up.
crossovers happening.
You're done.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I never even thought about that. But straight up, I think if that's the case, because I want to say that was explained a little bit in season 3 when they introduced the sister, that everybody's powers are slightly different. That there is like a baseline to what they could do, but everybody kind of like has like an ability based on themselves.
Mhm.
And I want to say that the reason why 11 will probably become stronger is because she's like Will in the sense that she can siphon the upside down as her power base. Like she literally gets powers from the upside down.
Does she?
That's the way that's the way I've always seen her powers work. And that's why when something happens in the upside down, like she feels it. Or she can even open portals to other dimensions that way. Because no one else was able to do that throughout all the kids and working and all this other stuff. Like if you remember, like in this season, her fighting that dude and her like maxing out her powers to the ultimate limit, like opened the first portal.
Yeah.
Like it opened the door, and it wasn't her opening a door, it was her weaponizing the Upside Down to turn him into the gate.
Yeah.
Because the gates have to be used. The gates have to be a person. Like the gates have to be a physical life force for them to open up. That's what's explained in this is where Vecna's going around killing people and then doors open up there.
Mhm.
So that means 11 is the right side up. What's our place called? I don't know what we're called. If that's the Upside Down, then we're the right side up, right?
I guess.
Then the right side up's Vecna. She's the right side up's Vecna.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean that's the way my brain works when it comes to like putting one guy is working on an Attack on Titan Power Rangers mashup comic. Yo, I'm about that. I want to see someone get fucking eaten, dude. I'm so about that. They're gonna be just chewing on Power Rangers, and they're never gonna die. They're just gonna be chewing gum, dude. Like they're so durable, it's never gonna. That's fucking crazy, dude. All right, we're going back to the Black Adam because if Black Adam.
Oh yeah, we just went back. I thought we were still all right.
I'm
Shit,
telling you,
bro.
man. It's because Black Adam.
I am
Stranger
so out of
Things-
it tonight too, bro. Like I'm just out of it. So yeah, you're gonna have to keep me on track tonight, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Stranger Things to Black Adam is not even. That's night and day right there, man. Like
yeah.
Stranger Things got it. Black
I
Adam.
mean, what is there to talk about here? Like the trailer looks okay. It's nothing to write home about. Like it's a fucking DC property. They're not having such a good time right now, bro. Like they have their hands filled with the shit that they got going on, literally and figuratively.
Oh, dude,
and
that's right. That's right. I totally forgot. Tell me about the extra drama that DC's dealing with. Fuck, I didn't even remember that.
so not only does DC / Warner Brothers have to worry about the backlash from Amber Heard and her still being in Aquaman for however many minutes it's going to be. But now your boy, my boy, our boy, Ezra Miller has yet once again found himself in the goddamn newspapers, and I don't understand this one. Like this one is I don't understand it.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain it to me because I've heard.
Honestly, I've literally did not want to. I did not.
Good game, man.
Yeah, GG's. Yes, GG's.
F in the chats for Ezra Miller, dude.
Yeah, no, it's definitely GG's in the chat because this was checkmate. This one was checkmate. Like you can't. And listen, I'm still gonna hold off. I'm still gonna hold out a little bit of hope that this could all be false. It could just be a misunderstanding. This is set to go to trial in July or a hearing in July.
There's something.
He can't be served papers. They don't know where this guy is. Like this guy's on loose somewhere.
He's in the multiverse. Dude.
He's somewhere. And so apparently he had some type of contact with the 12-year-old years ago.
Oh no.
And the 12-year-old is now an 18-year-old, and over the course of the years, the parents are complaining or saying that there was some like abusive contact and emotional damages, and basically trying to groom the kid into like some type of cult following thing. So that's a little bit tricky right there. I don't know how that plays out, but what's bigger than all of this, right? Let's not talk about Ezra too much because there's really like, what are we gonna talk about here? If you're Warner Brothers, what are you doing with this Flash movie, bro?
You drop it. You fucking can it completely.
I was on Instagram and I posted that poll on our page, and it was overwhelmingly in support of just trashing this movie, just letting it go.
I think it's one of those things that people deep down inside, like we understand. Like there's a lot of people that want to see Michael Keaton come back. Like that's great, but like this guy, he needs help. He needs something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we were joking about this just almost feels like every week, dude.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It almost feels like every week that we joke about it. And then we had the weird message that came out with that girl not too long ago on Instagram,
Yeah.
where everybody kind of dismissed it. That's someone was trying to get their 5 minutes of fame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't even know that it was about a 12-year-old child.
Well, he originally met her at
Well, 18
12,
now, a
and she's
12-year-old
8,
nonetheless.
and she's 18.
Yeah,
She's
if
18
if
now.
it goes all the way back then, it was a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
A 12-year-old, man. That's the way I see it. And this is was it a female or male?
Female, I believe.
And that's
Which
because
is just the wild card in this whole thing, by the way.
which is very interesting because so far the only relationships we've seen him in is with females.
Yeah.
And he's constantly claiming what is it?
I think it might be fluid,
Okay, is that what his thing is? He's fluid?
or I think it's
Well,
fluid.
right now, apparently he's a fucking pedophile. So it don't even matter what kind of fucking whatever he sees himself right now, everybody's gonna see him as a fucking monster.
Yeah.
If it's fucking true. And here we are with Warner Brothers and DC still holding on to this shit like it's a flagship. This has been my thing for a while with DC, which I'm very disappointed with them. This was something we talked about earlier off camera where I told you that I've always thought DC was bad because of the James Gunn situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because James Gunn gets released from Disney and Marvel because apparently someone remembered and found out tweets of him harassing. Well, not her. He wasn't harassing anybody, but he was making very, very risque comments.
He made some wild fucking comments,
fucking wild, which is very similar to that guy that did the Rick and Morty episodes, right? Which is the same thing that a lot of these weird cinetrope kind of dudes make fun of, where they're banging kids or doing weird shit with children.
Yeah.
And when they released him in the aspect of like, well, we do not want to be connected to this person while he's dealing with some shit, right? Because that's, lo and behold, that's that place of work. That's where this dude works, and he's sponsored by it. And it just so happens this dude that's making jokes about banging kids is making movies for kids made by a place that entertains nothing but children. And it's supposed to be children at heart, which, I mean, I'm not going to say he's the only person that's ever been in trouble with this. Nickelodeon is fucking riddled with child predators, and, Disneyland has always been a thing with child predators also, higher ups and all these other weird ass people. But when they let him go, DC instantly gave him a job. Instantly was like, oh shit, Marvel let this dude go. I mean, he's just talking about fucking kids. That's not that bad. Let's give him a job. And they straight fucking hired him to make Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone and their mother was like, yo, Suicide Squad's going to be a banger now. And I'm like, yo, did you forget this dude was talking about fucking getting blowjobs from boys and shit?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We get it. So
I don't want to get
what do we do if you're Warner Brothers? You're sitting on this movie. Now, mind you, let's just recap really quick. This movie is supposed to usher in this new wave that Warner Brothers is heading in when it comes to the DCEU. You're totally relying on the Flash to usher this in. Now your Flash is out in the world running wild. You have dumped this movie is done. It's done. It's ready to come out. You've dumped millions into this movie. You just scrap it, dude? Like, just,
I mean,
what I'm doing, bro?
Like, what would you do?
I mean, it's a rhetorical question. You scrap it, but I'm suing the fuck out of Ezra Miller, dude.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great.
I'm suing him. I'm holding him liable
to at least pay that movie back.
And I'm suing him for everything. Everything. If I'm Warner Brothers, I'll scrap the movie and I'm suing Ezra Miller. Number one, I'll make sure that you will never work in this town.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
Fucking again. Yeah. Like, and then I'm taking all the money from you as well. So
yeah, I think that's a great point. I think that's a great move. They could sue the shit out of him. I really don't think he's got much left in him anyways. That's probably like an Amber Heard situation too, man. Like that was the thing too. Like, we all saw that Amber Heard lost the case, right? We all know that it's an abuse case, or whatever it wants to be. There was a lot of abuse that was flung for Johnny Depp, and Warner Brothers. Well, not Warner Brothers. Was it Warner Brothers or Disney? Disney, again, just like the James Gunn thing, instantly let go of Johnny Depp the moment some shit came out.
Wait, what?
Disney did the same thing to Johnny Depp that they did to James Gunn. They were like, "Yo, you're in trouble with the law. Cut. You're on your own."
Yo, it's Disney. It's
Yeah.
Disney, so I can't
Disney's
blame
straight.
them. Yeah, I can't blame them. It's
Yeah,
Disney,
they're straight,
bro.
man. They know what's up. They're like, "Hey, man, you get your shit together."
And
we'll
you know
talk."
what? And you know what? You know what? You gotta respect it because at least they're consistent. They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck who you are.
Yeah,
they don't care
give a
who
fuck.
you are.
They'll cut your ass
Yeah,
so fast.
they'll cut you, bro. So like, at least they're consistent and they're not making excuses for one person and not for somebody else. It's Disney. You know that if you fuck up in here, that's your ass. Like that's it. Like you're out of here. And
Yeah, because this is fucking wild, man. Like, how is it that here we are, fucking 4 accusations, 4 times that Ezra Miller's been in the news for 4 different accounts. 4 different accounts. We know he assaulted a fan several years ago. Then we know he assaulted a bunch of fucking people at a karaoke bar in Hawaii. Then we know that he assaulted a fucking family in the middle of the night and tried to rob them. And he's just running amok, kidnapping everybody in Hawaii or whatever. And then under the radar, someone comes out and says that she was groomed and abused by him. No one believed her. And now accusations and arrests are possibly being made right now for him for the grooming of a child.
Yeah. They can't find him though.
Yeah, and Warner Brothers and DC, Warner Brother and DC are just like, well, I mean, we have this movie, man. We should just release it then, right? Maybe we'll go straight to DVD or put it straight up. Would you watch it? Let me ask you, would you watch it if they put it on streaming? Or would you be like, no, man, I'm not gonna watch this shit?
I would watch it, but I wouldn't tell him. I wouldn't tell
anybody. I'd be like, gonna watch it. It's on streaming though. I'm already paying for that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's already there. It's already there. I mean, if it's streaming, I'm already paying.
Let me ask you this on the straight. Like, do you really feel bad for WB not having the cash if they lose in this? I don't fucking feel bad for them. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're making a movie like this and then cutting it's like, it's a loss, but
I feel I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for anyone that worked on this movie, that wrote the script, that directed the movie, that the extras, the co-stars, everyone else besides Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, this was supposed to be his like
comeback.
Comeback into the
not only that,
DCU.
look at the stain this movie will do to the original Batman.
Yeah, dude, like I don't feel sorry for WB. I feel sorry for everyone else that had to do with this movie, bro. That's who I feel sorry for. And it's just gonna go to scrap. They're gonna scrap this movie, bro.
Yeah, and Snyderverse is done. Snyderverse 100% done. Fucking Snyder's future, like 2 of his actors are completely out. Aquawoman didn't even survive that shit. Now the Flash ain't even gonna be able to run nowhere, man. With cuffs on, he ain't gonna be able to run. Yeah, it's so wild. We go back to the comment section. George says, way off topic, right? But did you all see the video where the pastor confesses to adultery and cheating on his wife, and then the little girl comes out and says, he took me when I was 14, right in his church? What? Jesus Christ, dude. No, I've never even seen that, but I mean, fuck. It's religion for you sometimes. Like,
well, like, where did that come from?
Yeah, that was like super. That just sounds like some fucking hillbilly shit. Oh man, that's wild, man. That's it's so crazy, like how much pedophilia like runs rampant in the Christianity and religion aspect. It's so wild, man. Oh, it's so wild. Aquawoman. Sorry about that. Lesson learned. Yeah. Sue. Get Camila Vasquez to represent Warner Brothers, though. The chick that represented Johnny Depp. You could get the worst lawyer, and there's no way Ezra's coming back, dude. Ezra will be throwing up gang signs. Like,
you said it. No, I think this one is GG's.
Yeah, this is straight. You can literally probably get like the dude from the KKK to come and represent Warner Brothers, and people would still probably vote his ass, man.
No,
Like
this
Ezra
one is
Miller's just like,
genius.
I don't, man, dude, but I don't know what it was, man. There was a weird downfall. There was a weird downfall for Ezra Miller. I'm telling you, and it had to be in recent times. But fuck, dude, that's crazy. Going back, how much, honestly, how much passion do we have in for Black Adam? Do we think The Rock's gonna like bring it? Because The Rock, I mean, The Rock though, man, exciting individual, fun.
What's your favorite?
motherfucker.
What's your favorite Rock movie?
Yo, Walking Tall. And then that other one with him and that dude. What's the one in the forest when he's chasing that dude? What was that one? I can't. Come on, man. I know what it is. Walking Tall was good though. You know it was good.
No, it wasn't.
No, you didn't like it? Oh, come on. Walking Tall was good. Rock movies. It was the one with him and Stickler, dude. Oh, you know what? Red Notice was good.
That was Walking Tall, wasn't it? The one with him and Stickler.
No, that wasn't that one. That was
They were in the jungle and shit, and he was
yeah,
like,
that was a good movie, dude.
that movie sucked, bro.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, a movie that a lot of people probably didn't see was Southland Tales.
Who?
Southland Tales. That was a good movie. Southland Tales. Oh, was it The Rundown?
The Rundown.
The
sounds familiar.
Rundown, dude. It was The fucking Rundown. The Rundown was a good movie. That was the one with Stickler and fucking Ahsoka. Ahsoka was in it. You remember that? You remember that? You gotta remember that movie.
I think I've seen like bits and pieces. I've never
Fucking
seen. Listen,
Christopher Walken, dude, was the villain.
if it
And he's
wasn't,
like, what happens when you touch a gun? What's gonna happen? And he fucking gives it. Oh wow, whoa! He shoots the gun out of his hand. He's like, oh okay, maybe I went a little too far and all this stuff. Y'all backwards Indians, you fucking, I gave you shoes and you guys fucking. This is how you. It's dude, that movie's so good, man. Christopher Walken did an amazing job of that movie. Christopher Walken does an amazing job in anything he touches. Anything Christopher Walken touches.
I seriously would not have seen any Rock movies had it not been for the fact that he is just lodged into the Fast and Furious franchise. If it wasn't for that, I would have never seen.
Dude, if no one told you and you saw like maybe fucking The Rock and Furious like 8 or whatever, you would assume that dude was like in every Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah,
He was in the later movies, dude.
I don't
There's
have
no
a-
fucking way
listen,
he was in the beginning.
there is no anticipation for this movie whatsoever. I have
Rampage,
no
Vince,
faith.
you
You know
saw
what?
Rampage?
That was again another one that it's like. All right, so
I never saw that movie.
yet no one saw that fucking movie, bro.
Painting Game though, man.
No one has seen that movie, bro. No one has seen that fucking movie.
What
All of his
good
movies
has
suck.
The Rock made?
When he was like the main focus, those movies wasn't there one where it was like a die-hard type movie when he had like one leg.
Skyscraper, dude.
He's like, yeah, like one leg and shit. Like
Skyscraper.
you got The Rock with one leg.
Fucking trash, man. That movie was horrible, man. But it was just one of these things. Like sometimes I feel like he's in the Gerard Butler life. Like they're just making these movies that are like straight to Laserdisc because they're paying off
one
student
leg.
loans. Because they're paying off student loans in college, dude. That's 100% why I think he's doing these movies. Like that's the only thing I can credentially be like, yeah, that's why The Rock's doing this.
Shit. So no, I will never ever be anticipating a Rock movie ever.
So none of them you liked?
None
You
of
didn't
them.
like there
No.
was of course.
No.
Wow,
No.
that's crazy.
No.
There was like maybe 3
Tell me.
movies I would like.
Tell me right now, off the top of your head, without looking it up. Without looking it up.
Preacher's Gun. I think it's something like The Preacher's Gunman or something
That's not even a movie. What is it?
I'm serious. There's a movie that deals with him being like an ex-preacher and he's going
Okay.
around killing people.
Okay.
The Rundown I thought was pretty good. It was a very Indiana Jones-esque kind of comedy movie. What else? The Walking Tall movie, that was another good one.
He was good in The Other Guys, right? He was all right. The Other Guys. His role was
When he
short.
started working with Kevin Hart is when he got a lot better.
All those movies suck. The Other Guys.
I mean, his dynamic with Kevin Hart is good.
I liked him in The Other Guys. He was funny in The Other Guys, but other than that,
I thought Red Notice was pretty good.
I honestly, I still haven't seen Red Notice. He has such a fucked up track record with me. I don't even want to see
Black Adam.
Yeah, I don't need
You're like, I'm not even fucking hyped about Black Adam yet.
good, dude.
I think through and through, The Rock deserves a superhero film. I think he's made for that role.
He got
He's
it.
made for a superhero role.
He was in a Scorpion King, bro.
Yeah, Scorpion King. Yeah, I mean, fucking horrible movie, but it was good though. My favorite scene in that movie was when he gets stabbed and he's about to fall in the pit, and the guy comes out of the corner like a theater, and he's like, "No!" Like he does. Dude, you go back and watch it, and it's like almost like
I'll
a
pass.
theater movie. Like it's a theater. Like you're in a crowd of a theater, and he comes out and like dynamically, like, "No!" Like just so bad acting.
And I promise you, it hasn't gotten much better than that since. So I'm just saying.
Oh no, dude, definitely not. But you know what? Like, okay, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, size, charismaticness, whatever he's got for acting, playing a superhero is literally like right in tunes with being a professional wrestler if you break it down. Like the aspect of it is like heroes and villains.
Mhm.
Heroes and villains. Dynamically, storytelling is pretty much the same thing. Literally, he's either going to be face or he's going to be heel. And it just so happens the character he's going to play in Black Adam is like Sting. Like the way he plays like a crow essence where you can't tell if he's good or bad, but he's got the heart of gold, but he's kind of a bad
you
dude.
pulling that out your ass. I like
I know
that.
some shit. I know
I
some
know some
things.
shit.
The storytelling is probably the most dynamically gifted thing when it comes to like wrestling that I've always thought was great. That I mean, you need to be a sadomasochist to be a wrestler because you're not trying to literally hurt the other dude in front of you.
Mhm.
You're willing to hurt yourself though to make the show look good. And the thing about the Black Adam character, what makes it very cool is he's like an anti-villain,
Mhm.
not an anti-hero. Because he's very much like Namor in the comic books, where he really doesn't care about people. He cares about his people.
Mhm.
And he's willing to do whatever, but he's drastically willing to do whatever it takes to defend his people and his nation. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be all right. The only thing, of course, like we've talked about is the freedoms that the stories are doing in the comic books. I want to say it's his nephew who gets killed off.
I cannot wait till we at some point revisit this conversation.
And my words are just glass, dude. We're gonna be
Bro,
like, that was garbage.
You are gonna come in here and light this movie the fuck up.
You already feel
bro.
it, right? But
I
it's
know
just
it.
DC, man. Fucking
I
DC,
know
like,
it.
They're instant layups. They're instant layups, dude. Like DC has layups. Like you just gotta fucking read some comics, and you can be like, hey, you know what? Like let's just take this story and make it a movie. This exact story. Let's run with it. Nah, man. DC's like, well, I want to add some snow cones. I want to add some fucking strawberries to this shit. And it's like, oh my
When
god.
is this movie supposed to come out? Right? When is this? Do you know what when this movie's supposed to come out?
No, I have no idea. I'm not
This summer,
even,
right?
Yeah, guaranteeing I'm not gonna buy a ticket early, man. I'll buy a ticket early.
You're not gonna get
before.
pre-order?
No, fuck no, dude. If I walk into the theater and they've already sold out, I'm gonna be
It's in
like,
October.
okay,
October 21st, 2022.
okay. That gives me enough time to really try to get my wits in to try to want to go see it.
Yeah, this was the first trailer, right? We'll probably get
The
like
first
one
real
or two
trailer, the other
more.
one was just a
Yeah.
teaser.
Yeah, so we'll probably get like two more, and then we'll be ready. So maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm jumping the gun. Maybe,
Well, I mean,
change my mind.
how familiar are you with the stories of like Shazam and Dr.
Not
Fate?
at all.
Not really.
These are very obscure characters that no one really knows about, to be honest with you.
So by chance, randomly, I'm gonna just throw out two parts of the comic that are pretty important to the characters. One, in the trailer, they said, I'm here because my son died. That's what Black Adam says, right? He's holding on to his son. In the comics, I believe it's his nephew. He doesn't have a kid. Him and his chick never had a kid. The other thing that kind of caught my eye that was a little confusing. Can you get me? Shit, I'm just drinking water. I'm all fucked up. Dr. Fate never removes his mask unless till death. And was Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. He that motherfucker's just through and through just wearing a helmet. Like there's no like consequence. Like that's like his thing is like the helmet when you put it on, you're giving your body to be an avatar to Doctor Fate.
Okay.
Like Doctor Fate himself is like Doctor Strange, but if you wore his cape, you're literally saying, "Hey man, like once the cape is on you, the shit ain't coming off, and you're not in control of your body. Like you're sitting back seat, like you're never gonna be in charge." And then you put that bitch on, and then you're Doctor Fate. Your body is, but you're just sitting in the back. That's kind of like the way it works. He never takes it off. The only time he takes it off is when he gets to, it's like a handshake because he is Zatanna's father, Zatanna. Right? That's very weird for me to say it that way, but that's just the way DC writes their shit apparently. He made a handshake promise with Dr. Fate saying, "Look, I'm the strongest magician in the world. I know how to use magic better than anyone on the planet. You could be, I will be your avatar because you know that this body already can do magic and it's strong. But the only thing I ask is that once a year on her birthday, you let me see my daughter without the helmet." And the helmet's like, bet. Like that's all it is. And then he just goes off and does his thing. And once a year he meets Zatanna, gets to see his daughter. It doesn't look like they're going that way this route. They're just like, "Hey man, put that bitch on, let's go."
Let's go. Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's kind of like taking away from the character because I mean, thinking about it in the sense of a story that kind of develops like you kind of hate the Dr. Fate character for being such a dick, but then you respect him for having the heart to let him see his daughter. You know what I mean? Like it gives you that dynamic, but this one, I just want to see what they're going to do with it. I hope they don't do that away with that because that does build on the Dr. Fate character or persona. It does build on the two different dynamics of personalities when it comes to these two characters also. So we'll have to see. There's not enough with the trailer to really represent, but like I said in the trailer, a lot of colors and a lot of explosions. My ADHD.
Vince, I agree with you, bro. I am very interested to see this Elvis movie
more than Black Adam.
Like I'm not looking for this Elvis movie for obvious reasons, but that's gonna be a very interesting movie.
Yeah,
a very interesting movie.
Super excited for Elvis. Yeah, I love that. I love
very
Elvis,
interesting movie.
But yeah, straight up, man. Black Adam had its that trailer come out. I thought it was pretty good, guys. What did you think of the trailer? Let us know in the comment section. We'd really like to hear what you guys have to say and what you're excited for. Hit us up. And as a matter of fact, rate us what your favorite rock movies are. Everybody in the comment section that's out there watching us, dude. That would be
rock movies.
Yeah, rock movies. I really want to hear what people have to say about The Rock, dude. I really want to see what people have to say about The Rock. Onwards to the next discussion. Are you excited? We're gonna hit.
Of course.
We are going right into this. I thought of you like crazy with all the craziness that was going on, Brian. Because I saw the coolest tweet, which I don't think we'll ever get like a Valley version of this, which would be so cool if we got like a City of McAllen is hype and stuff like that. The city of Jersey, New Jersey, put a tweet out and said, our homegirl, the Jersey girl, Kamala Khan's debut came out. We're really excited. Everybody go check it out. And big warm welcome from Jersey and all this. Dude, I was super hyped for everyone in Jersey because you guys got a superhero. You guys got a fucking cool superhero coming out.
We do.
So we have the debut of Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. It debuted, Disney Plus came out. We had some early reviews that had came out that I feel like I do not agree with, but we're going to get into that conversation in a little bit. Of course, I have to ask my boy from Jersey. How did you feel, man? How did you feel seeing Kamala Khan come out?
Dude, I fucking loved it, bro. I loved this episode. Absolutely. I loved it more than I liked the ObiWan fucking episode. We'll get into that in a little bit second.
Straight.
But no, I loved this show. Like I'm telling you, I'm a huge Scott Pilgrim fan.
Okay.
And this gave me Scott Pilgrim vibes, like with the visual effects, the writing was decent, the acting was decent. And you know what? This right here is a layup, bro. Like we don't have to be so critical about this. We are not the targeted audience for this show. Like we can just lay back and just have fun with this show.
Yeah.
We don't have to fucking sit there and be so critical because we are the target audience. No, like this is a like a teen coming of age. Yeah, it's a teen coming of age show. So we can just sit back and just enjoy it, bro. And they are delivering. And of course, it's taking place in Jersey City. So of course, I'm gonna be on board with it. So yeah. But no,
Any of the shots that they shot the episodes in that you kind of like noticed that you were like, oh fuck, like
so
know
there was
exactly where that is.
yeah, there was one scene where it had the graffiti Jersey City logo, and I know where that is. So yeah, and not only that, but I thought it was pretty funny when she dropped her when she left her when she was trying to get on the bus and her bike got left behind, and she was like, well, what are the odds
Oh, that's
of my bike?
0%. Like,
And I thought that was funny because yeah, over here in Jersey, especially Jersey City, yeah, your bike's gone, bro. And that's just that's just common knowledge. Your
but
bike's
is that
gone.
like a trope in Jersey?
What do you mean?
Because like the way I kind of saw that, because those are like the little, like the corny jokes that Marvel puts in films, right?
No, that
Like
was dead ass. No, that was
okay,
dead
so
ass.
that was like a straight up like you're Jersey, you know Jersey.
No,
like
if that
you
was
know
real life,
Jersey.
if that was real life, she would have made the bus driver stop because
Yeah.
her bike's not gonna be there later on. Like that's how real that is. Like
Yeah,
Jersey
because
City,
when that came out, like I got it to be like a joke,
yeah,
but then I was like, but it's not a joke because she really lost her bike though. Like,
yeah, no,
like
Jersey City has spent the better half of the last 10 years trying to get gentrified, but it's still the hood. Like Jersey City is the hood. So
yeah, that's
yeah,
my kind of place. My
yeah.
kind of place. That's the valley all through and through.
Yeah.
But straight up, so break it down for me, you know, on a series scale of 1 to 10 kind of thing. Like, how did you feel this show did through and through with the build up to the actual debut, and then of course what we're expecting to see throughout the rest of the
See,
series?
my scale is gonna be a little bit different because I didn't have any expectations, which is great. Again, it's a relief. It's a show that you don't have to have any expectations on. So I was just surprisingly just happy that I was able to sit there and just and watch this and enjoy it. I would probably give it like a for the first episode, probably like an 8, bro.
Damn.
Give it
Okay.
an 8.
Straight.
I'll
That's
give it
straight.
an 8. I give it an 8.
And that's because, like, of course, we were talking about ratings wise that a lot of people are giving it like as a huge amount of people that are. It's like a
No,
straight
bro.
7.
Take a guess what the Rotten Tomatoes is for Miss Marvel, just off of one episode.
Fuck.
Let's go with the audience score. Let's not go with the Rotten Tomatoes audience score. What would you think?
Audience score.
Off of
I
based
would
of
kinda
what
go,
you off of
like
what
a
you
high
watched,
70.
it's at 84.
Okay, yeah, like high 70, close to 80s.
Critics,
Yeah.
they give it a 97.
Damn, dude.
This show blew it out the water, bro.
But do you feel like that's a proper reading for the way
I
it came
mean,
out?
personally,
Yeah.
I can see how someone would give this a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
But I can't because again, this show is not for me. So there's gonna be a little bit things that I'm just not gonna be able to connect with.
Yeah.
But for the visuals, the writing, the acting, the things that I can enjoy about this show, there wasn't a fail anywhere in there.
Okay.
So just because this wasn't for me, I'm able to kind of like disconnect from that and just judge it based off, was this good TV?
Yeah.
Was
That's
this was this
that's an interesting way to put it.
was
really
this good TV? Was this a good show? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Did you by chance get to watch it with your child, like your daughter?
No, I did not.
No, not yet. Did she watch this stuff too or no?
She does. She watches every Marvel thing that I watch. Yes.
Nice.
She watches
You
everything.
got to let us know when she sees it to see her point of view. Also, I want to see like from a child's perspective also, because the only thing is like I'm just surrounded by the adults, like so I just get adult commentary when it comes to this stuff. But like I know that being from the earlier reviews that we got, also a lot of people were saying like, yo, this is going to be more of a child-friendly show, teenage show. We're not the demographic, we're not the We're not the people that are supposed to be that it's put out there for, right? But I do want to know what the younger generation does think of this show. Like I really do. I think it'd be important to hear that from them because they're supposed to be the target audience, right? Like the younger generation, because this is a changing of the guard series. This is like we're showing that there's new characters that are going to be coming up that are going to be headlining the Avengers soon. You know, I believe that by now, I think every character has been casually already replaced from the Avengers roster.
Let me just stop you really quick. So I'm reading over the critic reviews, right? And I'm looking over the ones that give a half star or a star. Just listen to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is from Leroy R. I don't know what publication he works for, if he does work for a publication, but somehow he got up on here. And he said this show was he gave this show a half a star out of 5. He said the show is clearly made for teenage girls. If that is you, you may like it. As an older man, it's not my cup of tea. I do not believe it is anywhere close to a 94 of the Rotten Tomato score. That is reserved for truly great shows. What if what if got an so you're saying what if got a 95? This is closer to a 60 to a 70. So again, you kind of if this is not for you, especially
like why
if
go
you're
that hard on
yeah,
a comment?
if it's not for you, especially if it's not for you, if you're critiquing it and you're reviewing it,
Yeah, why give it that much attention if it's not for you?
not even that, but it's his job, so that's the reason why he has to do it. But
Yeah.
you're saying in your review, yo, this isn't for me. Okay, so if it's not for you, then how does everything else add up? Like you're not saying how the acting was, if it was written correctly, or if the story, if the arc is grabbing your attention, or you know, if the visual effects or if the VFX, if anything is grabbing your attention. You're just like, you know what, this isn't for me. Half a star. I'm out of here.
Like
And that's the reason why I think that like that's fucked up, bro.
it's rough. I think that a lot of these there's a really weird movement that's going on when it comes to like reviewing stuff where like you're getting a lot of these people that are like they're either for it or against it, and if they're against it, like they don't hold back. This goes from every direction. If it's a positive or a negative, and if it's a positive, they praise it like it's the next Mona Lisa or whatever. But man, why go that deep into a comment when you're just like, well, this isn't for me.
Exactly.
Like for me, like I'm on the spectrum of like the show's just for me. I didn't feel like there was enough done in this show in the first episode to really sell it to me.
Okay.
But if someone else got it, I'm cool with that. Like if someone else gets it and they love it, fucking dude, go for it, man. I mean, fuck, I like Starship Troopers. A lot of motherfuckers don't like Starship Troopers. I mean, but I'm not gonna let someone else change my dynamic or my opinion on that. I just don't expect people to hate me for it. You know what I mean? I don't know where the hate comes from, because Miss Marvel didn't just come out on Disney Plus. She's been in the comic books for fucking since 2015 already. Like, fuck, maybe even 2012 if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know. It's been a while that she's been out. But like, yeah, she's not like a super popular character, but the younger generation like her, and a lot of like female comic book readers love her too. So like, I'm not looking at the dudes who are like super gung ho about fucking Injustice or fucking the Hulk, like World War Hulk, or I'm not looking at those guys thinking they're gonna love this fucking show or this character. But don't shit on someone else for liking it. Like for me, it was just it was a show. I think there was a lot of what's it called? A lot of deliberation. There was a lot of talking to tell me what I was supposed to feel. The artistic representation that they put up like on the walls and the animations and stuff, I thought that was cool. Thought that was really, really cool. And I just wish that they would have kept the Inhumans backstory, but I guess they got rid of the Inhumans because we got the X-Men back. But I just don't have enough information on what they're gonna do with the bracelet yet. But when she kind of like falls back, and that's where all the money for the CG went in this episode. And she went into that opposite world where everybody had their eyes lit, like the purple world. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking wild. I was like, what is this? What does this mean? I tried my best to pause it and send you guys pictures and blow it up and try to see if I could see anything. But Disney does not allow you to take pictures of screenshots on your phone. So my phone would instantly be black. I could see all the play button, the rewind, but the background was all black. And I was like, no, dude, I want to send the guys a picture. This is like wild, dude. Wild. Because like, what does it mean? Like, what does that mean? That was the most interesting thing for me in this episode.
Honestly, I think that this show is gonna knock it out the park. I think it's so interesting now that I think about it. When we were talking about why in the world would Disney have two shows on the same fucking night? And I said because one of them sucks and the other one is gonna carry. But we had originally thought that it was gonna be ObiWan being the stronger of the two shows. What if it's not?
Yeah, I mean that's
What
what
if
it's
it's
kind of looking like right now.
what if it's Miss Marvel being the one that is actually making people tune in
Well,
to
this is what we
Wednesdays?
talked about. I mean, Doctor Strange 2 dropped the ball a little bit because I said it before. This is a perfect opportunity for them to build these characters that have been not liked in the comic books. You know, America Chavez does not have a really good fan base, but for you to use the movies to make her better, like that, this is the time. So, like, but that's the thing. I was very strong in the idea that America Chavez needed her Disney Plus show. Like, why didn't they make her a Disney Plus show if she's in the same bracket as Miss Marvel? Like, yeah, she's in the same bracket. They're in the same team. In fact, well, yeah, she's in the Young Avengers also. Like, why didn't she get her own show also? Kate Bishop got her own show. Young Avengers. And Miss Marvel's got her own show. Young Avengers. Yelena Bolovovich, the Black Widow that takes over. I don't think she's in the Young Avengers, but Black Widow is the coach of the Young Avengers.
But they're gonna come out with the Thunderbolts is coming out soon, so
Yeah,
she's gonna
there's a
be
part of
in
me
too.
that thinks Yelena Bolovovich will be a part of that, but then I think she'll end up being the new Black Widow of the Avengers. Unless they bring back Scarlett Johansson and she's just not out. Like, that would be wild as fuck too. Yeah, because I think this phase is going to be them bringing out the Thunderbolts and them being the new Avengers while they're out. And then it'll go into like the Dark Siege or the Norman Osborn Siege series where he ends up taking over the Avengers. Ends up being like a bad team of the Avengers. A bunch of villains and shit. It's wild shit. But yeah, I think American Chavez deserved her own show also. I don't know why they didn't go that route because if you look at her in Doctor Strange 2, like she didn't really do much. She was just like walking around, kind of casually using her powers, killing her parents, and then stomping on stones, making stars, and then punching Scarlet Witch twice, and then just being told like, "Hey, Slugger, I believe in you." And you got to believe in you. And she's like, hey, you know what? Bet. Like, I know my powers, dude. And boom, she learns her fucking powers because a dead Doctor Strange gave her some weird speech and gave her the wink and gun. And yeah, but now, of course, like I said, we have Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Overall, was a pretty good episode. I think it was fun. I'm not really sold on it yet. It's probably going to take like 2 more episodes for me to really get it. But do you think this series is going to pull through? Because right now, I believe that her villain of the show is going to be Damage Control. Damage Control has been this like a group of people that kind of like show up and fix like the area that superheroes usually damage, and they take all the cool extraterrestrial stuff. That was the after credit scene where that guy's like, okay, bring her in, because they're like an official city kind of thing. But apparently those are the people that are going to work with her. But what were you going to say? Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I don't think I'm not anticipating there being like a huge
Villain.
villain. Again, it's gonna stick to that teen coming with age formula. It's gonna be like more of a like a metaphorical situation. There's gonna be a big bad, but no one that's gonna be worth the damn, I guess. But I do think it's gonna deliver if they keep this up and they keep up the cinematography, the visual effects, the writing. Yeah, this is gonna be
Yo,
this is
yo,
gonna be, this is gonna be a sleeper, yo.
I gotta ask, 10 out of 10 if Captain Marvel shows up or what? She cameos? 10 out of 10?
I don't think that's a make or break for me.
Really?
No.
Because more than likely at the end of the series, she's gonna pop in and be like, she's gonna give her the speech. So in the comic book,
Nah, the make or break for me is when she was walking down the street and she's got the brick buildings behind her and they're going through each Avenger as she's going from
oh yeah,
that is cool to me. Like that was
that whole
fucking
visual.
dope. I don't care if it's a teeny bopper fucking show. That was fucking dope. Like I don't that's what I'm saying. Like I think that if they stay on par with what they're doing right now, they will be just fine. I
Well, no,
promise you.
what I mean by a 10 out of 10 for you is they're supposed to be, and I'm just calling this out because it's in the comic book this way, where Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers shows up because there is like a younger superpowered kid that's popping off using her name and using powers that are close to hers kind of thing, right? So, and since she kind of pops up, she's kind of like, hey, what's up? Like, I've heard about you. And of course, Kamala Khan's like super hyped out of her mind because, fucking Carol Danvers is right in front of her. And Carol Danvers comes up and she's like, hey, you know what? Like, thank you very much. I respect you super bad. Like, it's super cool. And I'm super honored that you've, taken the name and you can use the mantle. That's cool. I don't mind. But just know that if you go off the rails, we're going to come after you too. Like, you have to be good and do your best. Like, you got to be training and you can't be fucking around too much. Like, that's how these, like, it kind of comes around. So there should be a badass cameo of a Captain Marvel cameo that should kind of pop off soon, which would be so wild.
That would be dope. I don't
Because
necessarily need it. I think the way that it's set up, I think it'll be just fine on its own. Do I think it has the potential to overthrow my probably top 3? I don't know, maybe.
I do have to ask something though.
What's up?
I really got to ask because I really have to ask your point of view on this because it's just been in my mind.
Okay.
How do you like the disposition of? Oh, Scott Lang told us in his podcast.
Oh, dude, I thought that was all right. So again, it's little things like that, bro. It's little things like I loved it, by the way. Let me just get it out the way. I liked it. I was like, wait a minute, Scott Lang has a podcast?
No, it was a podcast that he'd been on. He doesn't. How does he? I don't even know if it's.
I from what I got, I thought he had a podcast.
Had a podcast. I don't know. That's wild as fuck.
Either way. I enjoyed that. Not only does it that I find it awesome, but it gives you like a refresher, and it gives you an update on where we are right now. And like they're doing podcasts. Either he has one or he's been on one talking about the past events, and that's how she knows. She's such a fan because she is witnessing all of this stuff happen around her, and I think it's fucking awesome. Like I'm just a fan of it.
Okay. So I had to ask because I know that you were a stickler about it a while back, that you were like, yo, they have to explain like how these people know about, like, how does she know who fucking Captain Marvel is? Like, how does she just pop that off? Like, how does she even know? Like, she was in the fight for like 10 seconds.
And they flushed all of that out. They flushed it out any way imaginable. They flushed all of that out. And not only did they flush out how big Captain Marvel was in her, how big of an influence she was in her life, but how all the superheroes were in like a part of her life. Like I love that aspect of it. Like and they made sure this in this first episode, they made sure that you understood that she is knee deep in this shit. Like she is in love with not just Captain Marvel, but all of them. It just so happens that Captain Marvel was her favorite, but she's a fan of all of these characters, and I love that aspect of it.
See, that's cool. Like I really feel like, since for me, it wasn't like a big thing for me because I had already known, like, okay, cool, like these characters already happened. The world's just gonna know.
Yeah,
That's what I always chalk it up to, which is like when Tony Stark died, it was in the newspaper. Like, how would anybody know if Tony Stark died? You know what I mean? Unless the government came out, or news reporters were around the battlefield.
yeah.
The whole world, felt the Avengers bullshit, like at the end of an Endgame. So it really, like, I've never chalked that up for like I need to know basis. But when I heard you say it in a podcast that we did once, when you were like, hey dude, like I need to know these things. Like I need to know how the rest of the world knows this shit if nobody was out there. I was like, oh man, I hope you get your answer. And man, dude, they gave it to you right in the first like fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The thing that confused me, and I don't know if I'm chalking it up because I'm a stickler for continuity or whatever, but how did that girl know to dress as the 80s version of Captain Marvel?
So that was one of those. All right, I've gotten really good at just going with shit. Right.
Okay.
Like,
all right. This is
I'm
one
just
of those moments.
I'm just going with it. I saw it and I immediately said, "Oh shit!" Because if you notice, she made a comment saying that's not even accurate. When in actuality, it's like the original.
It is. It's the original.
It's
the original
accurate.
Carol Danvers, yeah.
It's
And then there was
it's
another chick that wore that outfit, like Moon
yeah.
Shadow or Moon Knight or
So I caught that, and I was just like, "Oh, that was like a funny nod." That was just a nod to the
history,
the history of it, yeah. And then not only that, but like calling it out, like, man, that's not even like accurate, but in actuality, it is. So I thought that was pretty cool.
And why didn't that chick die with the hammer?
She did just stick to the hammer.
She got squeaked. That was like death. She got lifted up.
Funny, no, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny that you're saying that because I did say that as I'm watching. I'm like, wait,
you were like, yo, that chick's dead, dude.
Like, yo, she survived that. But again, hey, listen, we're going with it. We're going with it.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, yo, that chick's dead. And then I saw her like holding on to it. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is like one of those like silly, like Nickelodeon like moments, like when they're on a stage and something swings by, like the sandbag, and it hits them and they hold on to it and they're like, oh, like a wrecking ball moment and shit. And then she lets go of it like in the air and then fucking falls like fucking 30 feet or whatever. I was like, damn, this chick's dead, man.
And Vince brings up a great point that I haven't brought up yet. Like, the family aspect of this is phenomenal, bro. It's great. Really, the dad is really funny as fuck. Yeah, the dad is funny as fuck.
I was so mad at Kamala when she was like, she dissed her dad going with her.
Bro,
I was so brokenhearted for him. I was like, he was excited.
That is cool. I love the dad. The brother is cool as fuck. The mom is a pain in the ass, but she loves her.
She's like that in the comics too.
Yeah, so it's like you get all of that. Like you get they flushed out so much in a matter of 45 minutes, and that's what stood out to me. Like, everyone is like, "Oh, this isn't for me," whatever. But if you just take it, was it a good episode of TV? It was phenomenal, bro. It was a good 45 minutes of TV, bro.
For me, it was really interesting. It took me back to the previous way Marvel used to make the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Okay,
like it's enough information that it feeds you, that it can all cram into an episode. It's almost like proper sitcom TV. Like if you were watching the TV show 24, like there's a difference between an episode of 24 and an episode of Friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a sitcom. Episode 24 is like a show. Like that's where like they take the effort to tell you a masterful show. It's like a mini movie.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, it's like a mini movie. So you could tell. Like even with all the disposition in this film, because like for the first like 19 minutes, 20 minutes of the series, like nothing really happens. It's just kind of telling you, okay, this is who she is. This is who she is. This is who she is. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I could have got that just by showing us some stuff. Like, I could have got that just by showing us in film. Then she does like the whole planning thing. It doesn't go as planned. She does the whole sneaking out of the window, doesn't go as planned. The mom busts her ass. Like, but I don't see I just don't see any dynamic in the family on how she has it so bad when her family just really cares about her. Like, and they just don't want her making bad decisions. What I mean, minus like her not wanting to just go out and bang everybody like her mom assumes she's gonna do, or like be sexy or whatever. Like,
But I mean,
she's just
again,
making some dumbass decisions. But
that's
that's what teenagers
that's
do.
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. We're not supposed to understand it. I've never been a teenage female. I don't know what the fuck she's feeling. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
what she's going through.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
I
don't
won't
know.
speak for that. Yeah.
It's so like I can only understand what I'm being shown. And
And the other thing too that I'm kind of like, I guess just my mind doesn't comprehend with it yet is usually superhero stories are built on characters who have some kind of like dynamic necessity to the need to be a hero.
okay.
Like, and just right now, it's just a spoiled kid that just doesn't get her way and she just gets superpowers.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's like kind of like that, but that's like, this is what I've said before, where there's like certain blueprint stories follow. And right now, to me, that story's not following. So I don't feel like it's like a, wow, this chick's going to be an awesome superhero because she doesn't have a bad life. Like, she doesn't pass her driving exam because she thinks she knows more than the driver's ed instructor.
I
Like,
thought it was fucking great.
I thought it was funny. Like,
funny.
who the fuck slams on the gas pedal that hard?
I thought that was great.
Yeah. I mean, they're
And then
funny
and then not only that, but like even the writing in that was great. In the face of the driver of
the instructor.
the
The
instructor,
parents are still
they're
defending.
defending her.
Yeah.
But when they get in the car, the mother is giving her the complete guilt trip because she knows she fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it's little things like that that's written that way.
She's like, your dad's
I love that shit.
It's been through so much. The car,
Yo,
and he got it with his own hard-earned money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
dude, I thought that was
it's
funny.
little things like that. That episode was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
hit the
written.
fi-
And it was
they hit
written.
the family
It was
dynamic
written.
really, really
It
good.
was written. It was written great. Yo,
Hit the family dynamic very, very well.
absolutely.
But like I said, like right now for a superhero story, I'm not feeling it yet. For a good slice of life
Mhm.
show, I feel it. I feel
Yeah.
like a slice of life show, like just like a Dawson's Creek. This kid just trying to live her life and do her thing. I don't understand who the fuck sends super powered jewelry through the mail.
Bracelets.
Yeah, just in junk mail.
But there's something there. Like the mom saw it. The mom was like, she was like, no.
I don't know how they're gonna sell it off though. Like, are they gonna admit then that the grandma of Kamala Khan was a superhero also?
Probably, and
So
probably the
Kamala
mom
Khan is not the first Muslim superhero.
and probably the mom as well.
Nah, I think the
'Cause-
mom. I think she
No, the
denied
mom. No, the mom knows what those
something. Yeah,
bracelets
she
are.
knows something because she
knows
keeps
what those
talking about
bracelets
like,
are.
I don't want you to fall into that fantasy shit.
Yeah, like the
Like
mom knows
like
what
your
those
grandma or
bracelets are.
whatever.
Yeah.
And how do
So,
you
yeah,
feel
we'll
so
see.
far with it? Like, are you okay with like the Inhumans change and all that stuff?
I'm
I
a
mean, I
little
don't think
bit.
it's been fleshed out
I'm
enough yet.
yeah. I'm a little. But say I'm a little bit late to that anyway, so it doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah.
It does have a little bit of continuity
Continuity,
issues.
yeah, right.
I'm sorry, continuity issues with Doctor Strange too, when they verbally said the Terrigen missed. So
Gangster
there's a-
shit. I didn't even fucking realize that. Man, why you killing me like that?
I'm sorry,
They brought
bro.
that shit up. Yeah, they brought the whole
They
fight.
did. They did. When they introduced Black Bolt, he said I forgot how he said it, but he's in charge of the Terrigen mist.
Terrigen, yeah, the Terrigen mist.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I didn't even realize that.
So it's in the MCU, and
It's
now
there.
they're just
It has to be there.
Yeah.
It has to be there.
So
Motherfucker. So I was talking to you a little bit off camera, and I feel like I don't have it sold yet, and I do feel like there's a major disconnect because dynamically the story of her character, because of the Terrigen mist, it plays on two different factors. Which one at first, for her just being who she is, like with her friends, or like with people and her peers in school, she's like an outcast.
Yeah.
People just, because during that time in our life, that culture wasn't looked at respectfully because of all the politics and all the pressure. And that's why they wanted to make a character to get people to kind of like respect them more. And it was a good time to try. And then when she was involved with the Terrigen Mist, amongst her peers, it also made her a freak.
Mhm.
So not just an outcast, but also a freak by nature because of the Inhumans gene and stuff. They were shunned on almost like the way the X-Men were. There was a huge pressure of dynamic pressure from society. So she had to be like in that, I think is a good hero story because then not only does she have a representation of needing to make herself be kind and accepted in her culture and her people and throughout society, but in also as the inhuman part, like trying to represent the Inhumans as being great people also. It does have a really big dynamic in the story, and I just want to know and see how it's all going to come apart. Because right now, she literally just showed up to a Comic-Con and like started the entire event and just disappeared.
And the Comic-Con, I'm sorry, like now that I'm thinking about it, and the Comic-Con itself was fucking dope. Like
Yeah, it was
it's
fun. Dude, they're even
it
talking about
was
doing a real one.
yo,
They're
that's what
talking
I'm
about doing
saying.
a real
Like
Avengers
that,
Con.
like the fact that I'm surrounded by Comic-Cons, I'm surrounded by cosplay, and they went there
Yeah.
in this show. That was fucking amazing. They had a fucking cosplay contest.
Yeah.
Like
It was very, very cool.
we're living in that day right now. Like I just thought it was dope. There was very little that I had a problem with, and I'm excited for the second episode.
Most def. I think it has potential to do something. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, I really thought this was better than Doctor Strange 2.
I would rather have spent 45 minutes watching this show as opposed to any 45 minutes of Doctor Strange, to be honest with you. Yes.
And I think I asked you this off camera, but dynamically story wise, being that this show is probably I guess seen as one of the best things coming out in Phase 4. Do you feel like Marvel is sticking to its guns, sticking to its nature as making films and stories as well as the first 11 decades of or 11 years of Marvel
No.
compared to like Endgame? Do you feel like anything that has come out in Phase 4
This is like post Endgame.
post Endgame? And that's the thing, like it's hard to say because Endgame that wasn't a movie, that was a cinematic event in history. Like that was an amazing thing. Amazing. I don't even know what to call it. I can't say movie because that's not
Event. That was an event. That was an event.
But like, do you? And of course, I'm not saying that anything that Marvel has to create after has to be at that level. Like, it doesn't have to be at the level of Endgame.
Yeah.
But do you feel like with all of that masterful making of the seasons or the series from the first year to the 10 year, do you feel like anything right now is coming out in that nature?
No, but honestly, I think it's by design though. So I think I said when we had this conversation, I told you I'm getting more excitement from the movies.
The TV
But if
show.
you I'm sorry, from the TV shows,
TV
you're right.
shows.
My fault. Yes.
That's good.
From the TV shows. Wanda, Loki, um Falcon and Winter Soldier, those to me are fucking great. That's great TV, right? The movies, we gotta think about it. Like look at the movies that have come out this year. You had Black Widow. Was that this year? No, that wasn't this year.
Black
That was
Widow's
last year. That was this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had Black Widow, you had Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi.
and then you had Doctor Strange, right?
I think Shang-Chi's still the best.
Those three. I don't think those movies were in Spider-Man, which is technically a Sony.
Yeah.
But those 4 movies have come out this year, and I don't think they were supposed to be on Endgame level. Like, so
definitely not.
like they weren't even like supposed to be that way. And to be honest with you, Shang-Chi is the best movie out of all those movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, Shang-Chi probably had the best story and just character development and just follow through when it came to the entire film.
Absolutely. And we weren't even looking forward to that movie at all.
Nah, fuck.
Like,
I was even telling people, why the fuck are they making this movie?
That one snuck up on me. That was a sleeper right there.
Yeah. But like, okay, so out of all the series right now, which one would be dynamically your best ones when it comes to the streaming services?
Just MCU only?
Yeah, just MCU. I don't think Star Wars is gonna be up there, man.
Or wait, yeah. I mean, Mando would be up there.
Mando would be up there.
Mando would be up there. But if we're just sticking to MCU, I would say damn. WandaVision is strong.
That was so many.
That's gotta be my number one.
Iron Fist. I mean, would we establish the Defenders and all the other Netflix series also now in this?
Okay,
Because you
then
can't do that because fucking Punisher and
I
Daredevil.
was gonna say then
So,
that's gonna change everything.
yeah,
That's gonna
like
change everything.
just those two shows alone, man. I mean, literally minus Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Punisher, Daredevil to me sit above all the Marvel Plus movies or Marvel Plus. Well, yeah, like literally anything in Phase 4 that they've developed, like those TV shows, those fucking kill it for me, dude. Like
I don't think Punisher and I don't think Daredevil and I don't think Luke Cage are better than WandaVision and
Okay.
Loki.
Okay.
I think they're better than everything else.
Oh, def. Yeah.
But I don't think they're better than WandaVision and Loki. I think WandaVision and Loki were like almost flawless.
Yeah.
I think they were like.
I mean, Loki's one of my top ones. WandaVision, I'm kind of like, with the way that they released Doctor Strange 2, like, I don't see a point in it as much.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that the director was like, Kevin Feige literally came out and was like, nah, you don't really need to watch the WandaVision to watch this. And it's like, yeah, you do, motherfucker. Because at the ending of Endgame, she was just glad she lost Vision. Like, there was a whole ass character development from like in WandaVision that if you don't watch that shit, if you walk into Doctor Strange 2, you're like, bro, why is this chick all evil? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is that book? She didn't have that at the end of Endgame. And she was just sad and shit. Like there's a lot of shit that you miss if you don't watch WandaVision. If you break that shit
absolutely.
down,
Absolutely.
Straight lying to motherfuckers. Like,
straight lying.
Look at the 616 now, boys. Like, no, you're lying, man. Like, yeah, straight. For me, yeah, Loki will probably be tops. And then like, I really, breaking it down, I really like Kate Bishop over the Captain America Winter Soldier.
That was Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, Hawkeye. Oh yeah, Hawkeye one. Yeah,
Kate
Bishop story. I really like that one because of the dynamic between Kate Bishop and Yelena Belovovich. Like,
I keep forgetting about that. But that was a sleeper on the low. I was not looking forward to that show.
Yeah, at all. And then fucking Kingpin came out, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. Oh shit. This literally beat the shit out of fucking Captain America Winter Soldier. Captain America Winter Soldier would probably be. Yeah, for me, it would probably be right above WandaVision. I did like the WandaVision story. I just didn't like the fact that they did not have the opportunity to roll it into House of M. And I've had so many motherfuckers try to explain to me that they're like, yo, man, but Doctor Strange is House of M. It's a movie of Doctor Strange trying to tell Wanda her kids aren't real. And I'm like, that is not House of M, dude. That is not at all close to House of M. Like, and then literally in House of M, she rewrites the universe to hide Charles Xavier, to delete him from existence.
Yeah.
Because he's the only motherfucker that can get her to see straight. And she breaks his fucking neck in his own power. Like, she breaks his own fucking neck. The strongest variation of Charles Xavier, which is the cartoon variation or the fucking Endgame variation or the Days of Future Past variation, like all the ones that knew exactly who she was in the House of M, like she killed him.
Mm-hmm.
She fucking nuked his ass, like straight out of orbit. So yeah, that's not even close to House of M, which I still don't know how they're gonna pull that shit off, dude. Do
you even want them to pull it off at this point?
Yeah, I mean okay. So you have to remember, like for me, Infinity War, right? Or
right now. Before you even answer, right now where Wanda left off from Doctor Strange
fuck no,
2,
dude. I just don't think they can do it.
How are you going to be able to? You can't. Like you kind of put yourself in a situation where.
And you know what? This is a really good talking point because you're a pretty solid fan of Wanda and the whole story. Like, you've been like kicking it for a while, where you're like, dude, like that's my girl, and you know about the story of House of M.
Yeah.
And right now, being a fan of the comic book and the movies, you know for sure that if they go that direction, it's probably a big chance they're going to fail at it.
Only because
They're using
I
major
don't
points of those stories.
I don't think they're setting it up in their best advantage.
So
I
that's
think
your
that
World War Hulk.
yeah,
Yeah, that's technically your World War Hulk because remember, Trigger's got his with the incursions
yeah,
coming up, so we get to see his come out.
yeah,
Mine's the Thor story with Jane Foster coming up, and
yeah.
then of course it's the Ragnarok and the Hulk story, because Planet Hulk and World War Hulk are my motherfuckers. I love those stories to death.
Mhm.
Do I feel like they can do it? No, I just feel like they're using and they're taking too much of its inspiration, and then when you get there, you can't do it because you've already like exploited those major arcs and other concepts or other stories that it just feels like it's overdone.
But not only that, but you have to deal with the red tape of the bureaucracy of not see again. It's more complicated than just that. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. But there's just a lot of red tape that prevents them from doing things as comic book accurate as
Yeah, of course.
people like, you know.
Yeah.
And we've
Oh,
already talked about it, so
yeah.
there's no reason to talk
That's
about it.
most definitely.
Yeah.
But it's so scary to know that they're willing to try it, and you're just like, oh man, dude, that's like putting green in the Mona Lisa. Like you gotta pull back, man. We already know what she looks like. Like I don't need any of the Joker to come in and paint on her. Like, yeah, man, I'm just man, dude, that's crazy. I've never even thought of that. That like, yeah, that's your World War Hulk, man. House of M is your World War Hulk. That's so wild that all three of us have our own arcs that we're like super nervous about the fucking.
I still think they're gonna try though. I mean,
most def, they're
they're
gonna
gonna they're gonna
But
try
the,
the House of
the
M.
reason why we know they are is because what else does the mutants have?
Yeah.
Like in the sense of a story, it's the one from the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix saga.
Mhm.
Then it's the Days of Future Past. And then it's of course the massacre, the mutant massacre, and it all deals with Wanda and Legion. Legion's one dude who does damage to the mutants, and we have Wanda that does damage with the House of M. And of course Onslaught series. So that'll always be a fucking banger too, man. They bring Onslaught. That would be a fucking banger. But yeah, overall, what would you rate Kamala Khan's series so far? I mean, yeah, it's only one episode. What would you rate the series so far? Scale of 1 to 10.
Sir, did you give? I don't think you gave your rating yet, right? You said you give it
No,
what?
I haven't been able to give my rating. I give it like a 7.5. Right now, it's a good intro. It's strong. It's okay.
Just what are you
Again,
talking about,
like
bro?
I
A
said,
7.5.
Yeah.
You made it sound like it was just like, nah.
It's
That's not a
okay. I mean,
7.5.
again.
I changed your mind. I changed your mind, didn't I? I changed your mind.
Yeah, there were parts. No, there were parts that you were like, you made me remember certain things, and I was like, yeah, that's good. I didn't say that it was bad, and I told you this. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Okay.
Where people are giving it like a solid 10, and I get it. They may be the target audience, or they may be the person that they like it for certain things. For me, storytelling wise, like I really don't feel like it's there yet as a superhero story.
Okay.
Slice of Life, I think is great. If you were gonna be like, yo, dude, it's a Hallmark episode, what would you give it? Oh fuck, dude, it's a 9, dude. Like,
yo, I'm not gonna shit. I'm not gonna shit on fucking Miss Marvel like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was a great TV show. No Hallmark added to it. It was just a great fucking show, bro.
I'm really waiting for the superhero dynamic to come through. If they write the superhero dynamic the same way they're writing like the family dynamic,
yeah.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be an instant layup, dude. Instant fucking layup. Good guys. So far, what do you guys like about the show? How did you guys dig it? Is this something that you guys really liked? Tell us in the comment section. What do you guys give it a 1 out of 10? And what are you expecting for the next couple of episodes? We have our last topic that we're going to touch base on. I really need to let you get this off of your chest. But we have the last episode 4 of ObiWan. So how are you liking the ObiWan series, Brian? Yo. I have to fucking I fucking cracked her.
You know what? No. We're gonna go with you first, because you kind of know where I'm coming from. How about you, sir? How did you? Because I voiced my opinion in the chat, so you know where I'm coming from.
Did you voice your opinion? It was
How do you feel about this episode 4?
Okay, so I don't know. I'm kind of falling off. Like it's getting a little bit more like, okay, I don't know if it's a running gag or what, but the Princess Leia character is like a crutch. Like it's a crutch in the series. She's almost like the Deus Ex Machina to change the movement of the show. The show only changes where Leia goes.
What is the point? What's the point of the show? Tell me that.
Fuck, dude.
We're four. Listen. Before you answer, we are 4 episodes in
Deep,
a
yeah.
6 episode
Only 2 episodes left.
series. What is the point of this show?
Right now, the way I feel is fuck. That's such a hard fucking question.
We
to
should
answer.
we should be able to answer this by now. What's the
Is-
where are we going with this?
Is what's Reva's history? That's
so then
all.
why call the ObiWan show?
Fuck, I don't know, because I care more about like Reva's character has more development than Obi-Wan's character. The only thing we knew about Obi-Wan is that he was scared in the desert. Like straight, he was scared in the desert. He really hasn't changed than being scared in the desert. Like in the last episode, we had like an awakening of some of his Jedi powers. We saw Reva fucking almost torture a kid. We saw her outsmart Darth Vader.
We saw her almost torture a kid, but then in this episode, she's trapped. She's in a room with the kid, but she can't tap into her head because the kid's smarter than her. But yet, all right.
There's a lot of weird shit that's going on.
No, because you know what? I'm done. So I'm done with this fucking show. You can't tell me this is and it's the writing, all right? Before I even just go, I'm about to go off the rails, by the way. All right.
Get ready, folks. We're about to have a jaded Brian.
It's the fucking writing for me, right? It's the inconsistency for me. You can't have Reva in a room with a child when she's trying to tap into her psyche or her mind to figure out what information she wants and then gets denied. Yo, bro, let me ask you a question. What is Reva's whole mission? What is she supposed to be doing?
I have no idea yet. I just know that she's doing evil shit.
She is working with the Inquisitors to track down force sensitive people and destroy them, right?
Well, that would be the idea of what an Inquisitor does. She doesn't work with any of the Inquisitors. They all hate her fucking guts.
But that's her job, though.
That's her job. It's supposed
that's
to be
her job. So wouldn't Leia fit the description of someone she would want to destroy if she can't get in her fucking head?
Yeah, she's a fucking force user. Yo, she's the child. She already knows. She knows because the files that she went through are public access to Inquisitors. That's established in the fucking Rebels cartoon. All that shit that she's talking about where she found out about the children of Anakin Skywalker, that's public records. That's like public record shit. She knows that these are the 2 children of like the strongest force user of the fucking empire.
Why would she not want to destroy Leia?
I don't even know why she hasn't come through and just told Darth Vader that that's his fucking kid. Like that's the other thing. Why hasn't she just
speaking of Darth Vader, you had him in the last episode drag Obi-Wan through fire to try to resemble the pain that he went through. He has Reva in a chokehold
and then gets outsmarted by her. Darth Vader got outwitted by someone that's a lower class Sith.
I mean, he didn't get outwitted. She was telling the truth. She did like plant the tracker on the little droid or whatever. But is that reason for the guy that was snapping necks in the alley to not snap her neck?
Not just fucking kill her.
I told you, don't fuck up. Why would he be
like, all right, bet, thank you so much, girl.
Yo,
like, looking out.
It was said. Oh my
god,
God!
High five. I'm sorry I did that. Let me get you.
I'm going off the deep rails. So, O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son, right, says, "No, I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna help you. I'm not gonna help you." And then in 1 second,
that's who that dude was.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Fuck. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's Ice Cube's son. And then in 1 second, boom. Okay, I'll help you. but we only but we only got these racers and and
Infinity Blade.
no one in the right mind would go to that base. They don't even have shields because it would just be crazy for you to go to this base and
That fucking
attack it.
shields. That's funny. I didn't even fucking realize that shit.
They said that. No, he said it. He was like, they don't even use force fields because
They
you
ain't
would
scared of nobody.
because you would need to be crazy to
Come
go
bring
to
that
this
smoke.
base, to bring that smoke. Guess what happened?
Two
Obi-Wan-
motherfuckers brought that smoke, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, what the fuck's going on, man? We weren't prepared for this. We weren't our fucking shields." And then someone's like, "We never had shields. Like they just did. No one ever thought about banging us like this. What the fuck? Who thought of that?" Darth Vader's just in his room, like,
wait,
"God damn
wait,
it, man.
wait,
Why did
wait.
I not
We
put
are.
shields?"
It gets worse, man. We are in high alert. So now this shit already hit the fan, right? And everyone on the base knows that Obi-Wan is a wanted man.
He's
We're on
there.
high. He's there. He's
Obi-Wan
there.
is there.
We're on high alert. Everyone is aware.
And there's a
All right.
and there's a fucking 4-year-old with him.
There's a 4-year-old with them. We gotta find them.
The only other kid on that base
Listen.
is stuck in a fucking amber,
Listen.
fucking honeycomb, fucking looking beeswax
Bro,
shit with his
do you
helmet
understand? Do you understand? If we find them, if we find Obi-Wan and this little girl, game over. The show's over.
on. Yeah, that's
Like
it.
that's it. There's
That's the
nothing
end of
else.
the Star Wars saga.
We win.
Man,
We win.
there won't
Like,
even
that's
be
it.
any more fucking movies, man.
That's it. High alert. Pictures everywhere, right? Obi-Wan. And I want anyone in the comments if they can finish this sentence to me. Obi-Wan puts on a trench coat and then does what? He puts Leia in the coat where you can visibly see that she's in the coat and they just walk straight out the front door.
Yeah. He could have been like, "Yo, hug my body and make it look like you're my belly. At least make me look fat." Like she could have just held on to him and he could have just walked out like with a trench coat. That would have made more sense.
That can't be the
you know what would have been even better? If he would have put her on his shoulders and put the trench coat on her and had her little head sticking out of the top and then her little arms out of the trench coat, like the way they do like the Three Musketeers. What is it? Like the chipmunks, when the chipmunks get in a trench coat?
Yo, the only good thing
That was
about
funny.
this episode was that it was the shortest episode of the season so far. That's the only thing.
It's because
This was
everything
the-
happens so goddamn fast.
This was
They
a
don't have to
filler
explain
episode.
everything.
Why would you need a filler episode in a 6-episode season?
Yo, I have to ask too. What was the point of that weird Jedi trophy room? And why the fuck did Obi-Wan like stand and just walk by these people like they meant some shit? When I don't know who the fuck anyone was.
So Rob, I don't know if he's still in the comments, but Rob hit me on the side because I guess I had seen the
2020.
the episode. I think I saw the episode before you guys did, and he hit me in the side like, "Yo, did you see this? Did you see that?" I'm like, "Yo, there was nobody of significance in that."
There was nobody, like not a goddamn person. That was like a deep cut. Every one of those motherfuckers. There was even people in there that just they've never even been explained.
Like there is no one of significance. He
Like,
thought
I
that
went
one
out-
person.
I know you're a big fan of New Rockstar, and
Yeah.
they just released Here's Everybody that came out, and I was like, I noticed
I haven't
like
seen it.
3 of them. I noticed like 3 of them when it first came out.
Oh, for real. So they went down. They went through everyone.
They went deep dive. They tried because there was like 5 people that they were like, well, we don't know who that is. That might
We
be
don't know
this
who that is.
person. Yeah,
I
it
didn't
might
watch
be
it.
that. And I was like, why the fuck even put him in there? Like,
Yeah.
if we don't know who they are, why the fuck even let Obi-Wan walk through there? He's emotionless. He's just like, wow, a bunch of bodies in carbonite or whatever the fuck. Like, what does this even mean? This has never been in Star Wars. Like,
And
what?
I did see.
Okay, my thing is, why was there a fucking youngling with his helmet still on? Like, did they just fucking hit him with the flash shit that put him in a box? And then they were like, cool, he fits in the trophy room, put him in. Like, they didn't even take the fucking helmet off the kid. Like,
I did
what the
see that
fuck
there was
is
a
that?
shot. I did see that there was a shot where it looked like a person could have been Mace Windu, but I call bullshit because there's no way that Obi-Wan walks past
Mace Windu, and he's
Mace
not like,
Windu,
oh my god, Master
and he
Windu.
doesn't acknowledge
He doesn't
it.
acknowledge it.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. I call bullshit.
There was
on
also
that.
that dude that left that. Okay, so again, there was that one Jedi, the one that has the fucking stripe across his eyes.
Yeah.
I forgot what his name is. A lot of Sal something Soul. Some I don't know. It's something with an S.
I didn't watch it.
Apparently he was like one of the first people that came out, which is he's referenced in the previous episode 3,
Yeah.
where he leaves the crest and the saying under it, like if you close your eyes the path will come out or whatever.
Mhm.
And he's talking about the Force or whatever. Well, that dude is apparently in, like, there's like a cameo about him in one of those things, and I'm like, well, cool. Like ObiWan was all like, wow, his words. Wow,
Mhm.
he's and then doesn't even acknowledge that he's in the fucking tank.
In
He
the
just
tank,
walks
right?
by him like that was such a worthless scene.
Yeah.
And it's nothing disrespect. So in the Clone Wars or in the Rebels, I think in the Rebels cartoon, the Inquisitors do use bodies trapped in like a carbonite, not carbonite because you can't really see them, but in that stuff to lure out people. Like they use them as bait. Like to,
Okay.
hey, we got these dudes captured. You better come out and get them or whatever. Like, but dude, that was so useless because it's like, who the fuck cares about any of these people we don't know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, okay, okay.
I
take
get
that
it.
back.
I get it. You want us to be like in awe, like, oh my god, there's some extra Jedi's. But dude, do you understand how fucking jaded we are as Star Wars fans, bro?
Yeah, like
You
it's
need you
rough, man.
yo, dude, you need Mace Windu in there. You
Like you need
need
someone
a
who's got
Yoda
structure.
in
Now,
there,
okay,
bro.
to not take away from that, the first person they reference is this lady who came out in the Ahsoka Tano story, who like helped her get her lightsabers back in one of the episodes of like the Clone Wars.
Mhm.
That first like mummified, like real skinny looking alien character, that's supposed to be her.
Okay.
So, but who the fuck cares? Like,
Yeah.
like straight up, like that's because I know that, and I'm like, oh, okay. She would have been dead already just because of old age. I'm
Yeah.
glad she went out like a warrior at least, but like that doesn't explain why there's a fucking youngling. Unless you know the memes. Unless these writers of this show know the memes, how we fucking made fun of the whole Anakin killing kids thing. And they were like, hey, you know what? There's this whole trophy room. You know, it'd be pretty fucked up if that first kid that called Anakin Master Skywalker, even though he's not a master, like if he fucking saved that kid in this shit, like he didn't chop him down, he just saved him in a block eyes. Like that would be wild as shit, wouldn't it? Like they trapped his fear in that shot. I've never seen a weapon in Star Wars like that. That's fucking terrifying. If they're going around making people just cubes of ice, if they're
In
just a cube of
fucking
ice,
in
and Darth
Jurassic
Vader just
Jurassic Park Amber and shit.
fucking... The
Yo.
other thing that I heard in a chat was, can you imagine if that was a youngling in that base, and Reva, us thinking that she was a youngling, how disconnected from humanity she would have to walk by that child every day, who would be one of the other children in her thing?
No, we've already spoke about this. Like there can never be
There's no comeback, right?
There's
There
no
is no
comeback.
comeback.
There's no
There's no
comeback.
fucking comeback for Reva.
She's gone. She's gone. And I pray to God that they don't try to make us like they try to shovel that down our throat.
Oh man, dude, that
Because
was
I have a very good feeling that that could be the thing. I just wanted to give a shout out to Rob. I know he may not be
on the
in
chat,
here.
yeah.
He's had a rough day, but I think that it was very funny that when the episode was over, he hit me on the side and he was like, "Yo, do you think it was the one specific person that was like in the Amber thing?" And he was like, "Yo, do you think this is Jar Jar Binks?"
Yo, that's not the first. I was literally looking at it and I was like, is that like a fucking sun-dried Jar Jar? Like, did they leave him out in the sand too long? Like, why does he look all shriveled and shit?
Dude,
Can
even
you
if it were
who the
Jar
fuck
Jar,
cares?
who the fuck would give a shit that
Yeah.
like who
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck would care,
Who would
bro?
be excited to see Jar Jar in a fucking...
Like
They would be like,
who
yeah,
would
someone
care?
fucking got his ass. Fuck Jar Jar Binks, man.
I was
I'd have
like,
been like, go bet. Thank you, Vader. God,
I
Anakin hated
told
that
him no.
dude.
That's what I told Rob. I was like, I would be thanking them. I'd be like, yo, thank you for getting this motherfucker off the streets. He's a fucking menace. Absolutely,
He's a menace, dude.
he's a fucking
Jar
menace.
Jar Binks licking
Get him off the
electricity and
streets.
shit. Just licking fucking electricity, man. I'll
This
never
guy's a
forget that shit.
fucking dickhead. Yeah,
Just tripping
absolutely.
over shit and fucking conquering other countries, dude.
Nah, it was funny though. Rob made me laugh that night. That was funny.
That's funny, dude. I'm not really excited for the way this show's going right now.
So this is the thing, right? So here's the thing. So you have 2 episodes, right? I have spent the better part of the last half hour trying to shit on this, just this episode in particular, in this show. That this show is pretty bad. Is poorly written. But you have 2 episodes to knock this out the park. Are you, and I presented this question earlier to you. Let's say these last 2 episodes aren't great, right?
Oof.
Question to you and anyone in the comments. And anyone that's listening at any point, you can always get in touch with us and let us know what your reaction is. I think it's about time that we start asking the question on whether or not the better parts or the better years of Star Wars are over.
Yeah. That's sad
Like,
to say, isn't it?
I think that we may be approaching that. If they're not going to take the steps to get like Filoni and Favreau in charge, which is what the majority of the people want, they're going to keep swinging and missing at the plate. They're not listening. Like, they're not listening to people and what their reactions are to certain shit. Like, this ObiWan series should have been a very easy
layup.
This
should have been easy layup.
And they're blowing it. So so I ask you, like, I proposed it to just in general, and I'm asking you specifically, sir. Do you think the better years of Star Wars are already gone?
Yeah, I think so. I 100% think so. And it's so crazy because we talked about this earlier, how there's like this weird movement that's happening in reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And like right now with us just blatantly claiming off of the idea that we're fans that care about it and we just want it to be taken care of.
That's it.
We would probably deem people that hate the series and we don't support the cause and we're not real fans and Ewan McGregor hates us and we're racists, which I don't even know how that could even be a thing if we're both minorities ourselves. But we would be deemed that way because we're looking at it in the sense of just critical thinking. Like, okay, we literally, I mean, you ask, and these are the fucking arguments I hate the most because as an audience member, just watching it without thinking of the criticalness, shit doesn't make sense sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of acknowledge it and be like, that's stupid, dude. Like, first off, there's never been anyone with a fucking a trench coat in the Star Wars cinematic universe. It's always been a cloak or some type of fucking weird long draping clothes. Never a fucking trench coat. So out of the entire genre of the series, Obi-Wan found a trench coat in a multiverse that doesn't have trench coats. So I just want to bring that out really, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walked through the entire fucking port where someone that needing to escape
on high alert
is the only place they can go out. It's the only door that this fucking place has.
Right,
it's a literal submarine. Like, I heard someone talking about in a podcast that they were like, what is that base? Like, it's just a tube sticking out of the sky. And then is it bigger on the bottom? I'm like, yeah, it's gotta be. It's like a submarine. Submarines have the little thing that come out, a hatch, and that's it. It's pressure. I don't know. It's the thing. It's the thing that those fucking things do.
Yeah.
And again, no shields, which fuck, that's funny. I never even thought of that. Like the fucking 2 speeders just came in and it's a 2-seater speeder. So I don't even know where they put the
speeders. This base got beat by 2 speeders, bro.
And not to even call that out, but continuity wise, those speeders only have 2 seats, 2 seats because Luke Skywalker drove one in the Battle of Horde, right? Or Hoth, right? Him and the dude in the back. And that's because the other dude in the back faces backwards, if I'm not mistaken. They don't even face forward. So where the fuck did these 3 people sit? 2 adults and 1 child in one, because 2 showed up and then Wade died, whoever the fuck Wade is, but we still fucking gave him a moment of silence. He still died. That means 1 speeder and 1 pilot was already in it, which means there's only 1 seat available for 2 adults and a child. Like, where the fuck did these 3 sit? That's weird as fuck to me.
That whole scene was weird as fuck, bro.
Fucking, it's almost like Reva's character is the only one that knows reality, because she walks right the fuck out and she's like, There is a fucking senior citizen and a fucking child in a trench coat walking through the port, and all 80 of you motherfuckers don't see nothing going on. And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, did she just
Were
call
you
out
not
like
confused when Reva
I was confusing the whole
was
goddamn episode. I don't know.
when Reva was distracted with the fake Imperial chick that's on our side, that's
Yeah.
on the, she's talking to her and she's like, you're either a spy or smart as fuck. Like I'm expecting Reva to be able to sniff that out.
Yeah,
Like
does
she
he read
wasn't.
minds?
She's not
Yeah,
able to sniff it
that was the
out.
shit that we went with where she was able to understand the tunnels. Remember, we were like, oh, she reads minds. She knew the tunnel because when she was, I don't know, like walking with some dude or that chick, she read her mind
When
and knew the tunnel.
the Kumar dude or the
Like
when he
we
was
just figured that that's the way her powers work. Like she could just read on the go.
yeah.
But apparently she only reads when she sticks her hand out because she couldn't read Leia's shit. And then she can't read this Imperial chick that's not a fucking Force user, which I don't know why she just doesn't read her fucking mind in the first place. And she's just like, you're either really good or you're really bad.
Yeah.
But arrest her and I'm gonna go check some shit out. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
And
Like,
I'll put this whole base at risk while I figure that out.
well,
Like
I figured, yeah, wait a minute, let me go check my
while
email.
while I figure that out.
Yeah, let me go get my
exactly.
let me go open up my calculator on my computer and shit.
It's just the writing. I don't like to sit here and nitpick shit, but it's like when it's so lazy. I don't like lazy writing, bro.
No, fuck
Like
no.
I really don't. Like I kind of need to be stimulated. And I don't mind looking past shit, but when it's flagrant like this show, bro, like I don't know what else you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to say here. I really don't. Like this is lazy writing, bro. It's lazy.
Did you like? I thought it was very interesting. The opening sequence to ObiWan and Darth Vader in the tanks
Oh, when
they're healing.
yo, did you find it weird that after Obi-Wan got dragged through the fire, he only had like a
It was shown continuity wise that's where he got burned when he was being dragged. Like they showed that in the previous episode, so I was kind of like, oh okay, that was the burn mark. I mean, there's never been a burn mark on his body like throughout the whole series. There's never been
I just thought it was weird. I just thought it was weird that the episode before Darth Vader wanted or Anakin wanted Obi-Wan to feel the same pain that he felt, and literally had like a third degree
3-inch mark on his
he got a
shoulder.
3rd-degree burn on his shoulder, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's all what I'm saying.
That's what it felt like, and
That's me nitpicking. That right there is me nitpicking. But that's another thing that someone should
Why
have
was
been
he in
like.
a tank anyways? He didn't get shit done to him. He just burned his shoulder.
I'm telling you, like that's me nitpicking. But if I was on the set there, I'd be like, yo, I would probably have more of his body burnt.
Yeah, a little bit more char, man. A little bit more burn, a little bit more damage. Yo,
Yeah,
you're gonna spend the money to put him in a tank anyways. Like,
yeah,
you might as well fuck him up a little bit more. And
exactly.
Luke Skywalker got his whole shit cut off and bruised up. Like this dude literally just has a burn on his shoulder, no bruising. If you think about it, he didn't even get hit. Like he just got dragged through fire, and that's the only damage he took. Like, why the fuck is he unconscious?
Yeah,
like
that is definitely me nitpicking. But that's something I would, if I was on soundstage right there, I'm like, I would probably have him charred more because it doesn't look like he even needs his back to tank. Like, why is he even going? He can just chill for a second and he'll be okay.
But I wanted to just a side note. Do you remember last week they brought that episode in and they talked about how Obi-Wan was like, I think I had a brother. He was younger than me or something like that. Do you know that I found out the reason why they said that? The reason why is because Uncle Ben, that's taking care of Luke, was originally supposed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi's younger brother.
Okay.
That's who he was supposed to be. So I think that was the reference to it. Is that Ben, the one that's taking care of Luke, was supposed to be his younger brother. But they ended up writing that off. George Lucas wrote that off.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. I heard that and I was like, oh, I mean, I guess that would be a cool, nice tip of the hat to that idea.
So who's your guess? Who's your guess? Who his brother is? You already know
Fuck,
mine.
dude, that's the problem. Is like now that they did that, now it like fucks the whole thing up.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't even want to try to assume that. I really don't.
They're gonna fuck up something
Yeah, because it's one of those things. Like I
doing that.
get it. I know they're trying to open up as many venues as they can. That's really what it is. So now that Obi-Wan has a brother, like, oh fuck, dude, yeah, now we can do an Obi-Wan backstory, and then Obi-Wan's brother's gonna be a fucking Jedi. It's gonna be Cal Custis, and it's gonna be whatever the fuck his name is. It's gonna be him. Like, you watch. Can you imagine if they made that dude Obi-Wan's brother?
That's
Cal
literally the
Kestis?
only. That's literally the only
That's
way.
it. That's the only other person that's
No,
out there that
no.
we
I
know
was
of.
gonna say. I think that's the only way you can make me despise
More of Star Wars.
seeing Cal Kestis. But I probably be happy either way. But
I have to
that'll be
ask,
interesting.
with the idea of what's going on in the Obi-Wan show, the establishment that they have a pocket of the rebels, and the rebels themselves are barely using the insignia of the rebels crest, like barely using it because people are drawing it now. It was a movement. It hasn't been established like the way the Empire's got their sign. Like they're barely they haven't got the decals made yet. In other words,
Yeah.
do you think there is a strong possibility for a cameo from Starkiller?
You know what? At this point, do you know what I want from this show?
What's up? Got to be good. Better
I
writing.
I don't need. At first I thought I wanted cameos. I'm a fan just like everybody else. At first I thought I wanted cameos, but you know what I just want, bro? I just want the last 2 episodes
to be good.
Just to be Obi-Wan and Anakin. That's it. This show was promoted with
To be a rematch. It was like
Hayden. It was
Rumble in the Jungle, dude.
Hayden Christensen is back, and he shot multiple scenes. We've seen one scene with him thus far. One. We have 2 episodes left. So are we gonna get Christian Haydenson or what?
Fuck. Remember, in the old movies, when Obi-Wan and Darth Vader meet again, I think Darth Vader tells him it's not going to go like it did the last time.
We're definitely gonna get a rematch, but that's gonna be Darth Vader. I don't want Vader. Are we gonna get Anakin?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get Anakin?
You see, and we talked about this on the second episode, where I told you like it was cool to see him at like a mature Darth Vader essence, like acting, but like there was no Anakin emotion there.
We'll
Like,
get a
there was no,
flashback.
Yeah,
we'll get a flashback. Either this episode or the next
cinematically. In the last scene when they're fucking fighting it out, like in the middle, it changes like from him being Darth Vader to him being young Anakin again, like in his suit, like in his like black suit, hair,
that would be dope.
all cool, and they're fucking fighting it out. And Obi-Wan sees him still as Anakin, like an angry Anakin. That would be
dope.
Fucking cool, wouldn't it? I would probably cry, dude, just watching that shit, because that would be so amazing to see. There are missing elements to the show that are just not hitting it for me. The silly little quotes like they did, like the argument that we're doing where it talks about the jacket and the kid in the coat and people not seeing it. This goes off of the argument that the hardcore defending fan would be like, oh, it's not for you, it's a kids show. But that's the problem, is the fans of this aren't children anymore.
I learned a new term today.
Oh, I love this already. Is it good?
It's great. It's called toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
So I was watching my boy Josh, who is on the Den of Nerds.
Okay.
I watch him all the time.
Religiously.
I think you follow him as well,
Yeah.
like on Twitter or whatever. That's my guy. I love Josh. And he, I think I posted it in the chat that there was a gentleman that was responding to a very prominent Star Wars fan that has his own TikTok, and he was saying that because this very prominent TikTok Star Wars fan didn't agree with how the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was going, that he wasn't a real fan and that he just wants the sparkles and the glamour of having cameos and things of that nature. And Josh went off. It was at that point that I realized I feel like I keep coming in here each week and I keep saying the same thing. I find a new way each week on how toxic the Star Wars fandom
Star Wars
is.
fandom is.
Like they are so
It's rough.
toxic against each other. It's so fucking weird. It's like, bro, I can't just not like the Obi-Wan show because it sucks. Like I have to like it just because if I don't, then I'm just
You're deemed not a
dick.
fan. You're
Yeah,
deemed a hater,
I'm
you're
not a
deemed-
fan.
Yeah.
Or I don't care because it's suck. Like no, sometimes the writing in the show sucks and I'm not gonna like it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put on a shit-eating grin just because it's Star Wars and I'm supposed to just be happy and just take it. How are they
In
gonna learn?
fact-
How are they gonna learn if we don't
Yeah,
voice
I was
our
going to say,
opinion?
in fact, they need to be critiqued so they know they can do better.
Exactly.
And the reason why people are disappointed or not liking it, yeah, there's some shitty people in this. Like, there's some shitty people that hide amongst these groups and they just hate to hate because they're pieces of shit people. We get that. And that's on both sides of the spectrum. But the show needs to be told that it's doing bad because we know it can do better. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Because we know it can do better. Because we know that what it's capable of. And we know the lore. And it's not like if you bring a director in and he saw and was a fan of the first 3 movies. That doesn't mean shit because everyone has seen these movies that likes these movies. There's not a person out there. Yeah, there's people out there that haven't seen Star Wars. And then they go and they watch these movies and they're like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, yeah, we get it. Like those people, they don't know. But like, if you bring a director in and he's a fan of the first 3 films, that's exactly what the fuck we are. We're just expecting for you to give us what we know you're going to want us to get. We're expecting the exact same thing that you're coming out and promising, that you're advertising, that you were a fan of the original shit. You know your stuff. And you bring that essence of that show. You can put your little dabble of shit on it. That's fine. But
Whatever
don't
you
do like
like.
what Ryan Johnson did, where he came out and he's like, oh man, I'm a huge fan of this. I know this like the back of my hand. I'm amazing. And then gives us the complete opposite because he's like, well, I know what the fans want, but I'm not going to give it to them because that's what they want. And that's what filmmakers. It's like, no, man. Way too late in the game for you to be fucking throwing curveballs at me. Like I need straight work.
Honestly, on the outset, it looks like it's a difficult position to be in when you're from an executive standpoint and you have so many people telling you what they want and what they don't want. But over the past few years, I think Star Wars particularly, they have been united in what they like and what they don't like.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that that's as simple as it's gonna get. Like if you just listen to them and not try to go rogue with your own version. Yo, there's been multiple creators that have publicly said, yo, I haven't watched the prequels, or yo, I didn't watch Rebels, or it was the I think it was the main guy that the Grand Inquisitor.
Yep.
He didn't watch Rebels because he wanted a brand new take on it, which I get. I
But how can you
understand
give
that.
a brand new take if you don't know what the fuck they brought the first time?
That's fine, but you know what? I'm fine with that. But then you have to also understand that if you choose to go that route, you're gonna have to take whatever consequences come with that.
Fuck yeah. Straight.
Like I dig it. If you nail it, then you knocked it out the park, and hats off to you. But if you don't, the last thing you're gonna want to do is come and tell me you didn't look at the source material that was mapped out for you to get this right.
Mhm.
Like that's a weird fucking thing to do.
I think it's just fucking weird in general for someone to be like, oh, I know this character has all of this years of fucking history, but I didn't want to care about that because I wanted to come in and do my own thing. And it's like, but how do you know what the character's about if you're just gonna read the script and not know it?
No, but see, like
Oh
I'm
my
fine with
God.
that. No, but I'm fine with that though, because you know what? Just like I realized, or I keep realizing, that this fan base is probably the most rabid fan base I've ever fucking seen in my life. They're gonna know, they'll learn quick. Like they'll learn real quick that you don't fuck around with that shit. Like you kind of want to do yourself the favor and learn the source material and then create your own critique on it.
I
Like,
mean, imagine, okay, this is just me.
yeah.
Imagine the arrogance of someone like that. Like
I don't see. I think that's the difference. I don't think it's arrogance. I think
just
it's dope when it works out. But if it doesn't work out, then you got to take whatever consequences come with it. Then.
But that's the concept. Is like you're looking at acting, right?
Yeah.
And to be a proficient actor, I've always believed that you need to know your character mannerisms, problems through and through. You need to know exactly what make this character click. And the more information that you have of him living life, the more you're going to learn about that character.
Mm-hmm.
And then here you do, like, let's say ObiWan, let's say Ewan McGregor. Let's say we get a whole new actor.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's life from the old gentleman that played him
Mm-hmm.
to the Ewan McGregor variation, to the way he played him, and then to whatever actor that we get, the guy goes, well, I mean, I've never really seen Star Wars before. I know the story, but like, I know Obi-Wan's important,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I don't want to watch anything of Obi-Wan or see anything of Obi-Wan's history because I want to come into the next set of movies with my own fresh take. But you're going to be like, yeah, but what about like his twitches? What about his certain movements that he does when he
his
walks?
mannerisms,
Just basic shit. You're going to want to learn that as an actor.
Patterns. Yeah.
And the guy comes in and he starts talking like an Australian dude. And he starts fucking doing capoeira down the street instead of walking. You're going to be like, what the fuck am I watching? This isn't Obi-Wan. Like, that's the way I feel like when there's this much history and it's this late in the game, which means like we're trying to come to an ending of the Skywalker saga. We're trying to fill up all the paths and different plots and everything. We're just trying to fill it up. But we're trying to end the Skywalker saga as much as we can, right?
Yeah.
So like for them to come to Anakin and Obi-Wan, like this is one of the last things that they need to do. And it's like you've said it before, like there's not a lot of the history left for them to make shit up. So if you're bringing an actor this late in the game that's like, well, I don't want to watch anything because I wanted to bring my own shit, I'm like, bro, we don't got time for that. We don't have time for that. You either watch this shit, I'll sit your ass down, pay you an extra $100, or pack your bags and get the fuck out. We do not need to fuck this up any more than we have. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, and not only that, but just Star Wars in general, they're running out of real estate with their fans.
Yeah.
Like people like me, I watch Josh and I watch Star Wars theories.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watch these people because I don't want to give up hope for Star Wars.
Yeah, that's fucking, oh man, that's so fucking sad to hear.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to give up hope.
That's me in comic books, dude.
They're the ones that keep the hope in me that they can get it right.
They get it right.
But they don't listen to them. They don't listen to me, and they don't listen to anybody, and they just do whatever.
Do you think they would listen to George if he came back, Lucas?
No. I think the Star Wars animal is already set.
Sailed.
Yeah, it's already set, and it's gonna go wherever it's gonna go. George, honestly, I don't think that he would even want to be a part of this at this point. There's just so much that has been done that what is he gonna do?
Do you think he just doesn't watch this shit?
I wouldn't.
Oh, man, that's so hard. That's so sad to hear, man.
Like I wouldn't watch that shit.
It's so
like
sad.
Could you imagine? Could you really put yourself in his shoes and sit down and watch what they
I would have
deem
been.
as his creation.
Dude, on the last 7 through 9, I would have been so disappointed.
Yeah.
I would have been that if I was him, I would have been disappointed then. I would have been like, what did you do to Luke Skywalker? Like, look at what you've done to my boy. It's like, oh, look at what you've done to my boy, the fucking Godfather and shit. Like, and
This is
you know what's really crazy is the same thing they did to Luke Skywalker is the same thing they did to Obi-Wan.
okay. How so?
Like the whole like disconnecting him from the Force, making him super depressed. Like he had a fucking job. He didn't go to this place because he was sad and the Order 66 happened. He was sent here because he had to protect this fucking kid. He was there at the ending of the prequels with his arms fucking crossed, like the way he stands in a robe and all that stupid shit. And he's like, I'll take the boy, send the girl with this dude, Val, whatever the fuck or whatever. I'll take it. He left that place knowing exactly who the fuck he was, and he knew the mission. Here he is cutting fish, crying and getting just shit jacked by Jawas and disconnected from the Force because he's fucking sad. You don't have time to be sad. Like that's what your training was when you were a baby to now as a youngling and shit. You're at that level. You're a master at fucking Jedi shit. Like what are you doing? Like what are the writers doing? Like they wrote this dude into the sand. They wrote him into shit. We're literally watching a dude who apparently lost his way of being a Jedi, but him saving Princess Leia for 4 days brought him right back to being a Jedi.
I was gonna say, I put up a clip on Instagram of y'all fucking jumping me about him not being a Jedi. This motherfucker turned into a Jedi real quick, bro.
Man.
Real fucking quick, bro.
That's all it took. Like he just needed an adventure. Fucking get out of the cave, dude.
Real
like,
fucking quick, bro.
Fucking go be Batman for a week in Tatooine, dumb shit. Like, don't fucking stay locked in. Fucking put some target practice up. Throw your lightsaber at some rock. Do what fucking Rey was doing when she was beating the shit out of rocks in that one spot. Like, don't just be all sad in a cave combing your beard and shit. Like, what?
And not only that, but it's cool if you think you're not a fucking Jedi. You think fucking Reva doesn't think you're a fucking Jedi? You think
everyone else knows?
Everyone else considers you a fucking Jedi, bro.
Know who the fuck you are, dude.
Yeah.
Yo,
everyone else considers you a fucking Jedi, bro.
You think everybody?
You're still a basketball
Michael Jordan? No, motherfucker, it doesn't work that way. How the fuck does the writers think that shit works?
Absolutely,
oh, man, dude.
Absolutely.
What's the saving grace? So in the next episode, we need
fireworks, man.
Yeah, man.
That's the only way. That's the only way the show gets saved with me. I need fireworks. I need
100%. What needs to be done? First fucking 12 minutes of the first 5 minutes of the show. Fucking show us a little map, like with the little dots and shit of the ship going to that one planet and dropping the fucking kid off. And then Obi-Wan going around and just being like, bye, Leia, thank, nice meeting you. And then landing in the base, going back to Ice-T Kids and being like, hey, we fucked up. Yeah, they killed that one dude in the spaceship. And I'm sorry, but they're coming because this little kid, this little fucking android's got red eyes now. I've never seen it with red eyes. It's not malfunctioning. Like, there's some shit going on. Like, do you know anybody that fixes shit? Because this thing looks bad. Oh, Flick, it's got a tracker. Someone's coming. Like, all right, I need a montage. Give me a hyperbolic time chamber. I need to get my shit together. Like, they need some shit. Like, they really need some shit. I'm tired of Leia. I'm so tired of Leia.
Listen, right now, if Obi-Wan got into a lightsaber fight, he would get, like, we have 2 episodes left.
If Leia picked up a lightsaber, this dude's done.
We don't.
She's got more force work.
When does he get his Jedi shit back?
Apparently stopping water from a piece of glass got him all riled up. Yeah, so that's it right there. He's like, oh fuck, dude, that guy stopped some water in a cave or whatever. I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm like I said, I'm really okay. How is this fucking dude not caring about calling Ben and asking how Luke's doing? Like, did they all forget that Obi-Wan was on that base? Like, was on that planet for a reason? Like, did Reva not tell Owen, like, yo, I know you got some Jedi shit going on. What the fuck are you doing? Did she not read the part where it was twins?
I don't think she knew that Owen was the guardian. I think that was just by chance.
But straight. Like, did she not know that there is a twin. Like they didn't. We don't know how Leia.
We don't know. We don't know.
Fuck, dude.
Well, I think honestly, from and I don't want to spoil it for you, but I do think that she figures it out.
Figures what? Like that Luke's out there?
Yeah.
Good shit. Well, tell her to do it in episode 2. She already knew Leia was there. I don't know how she didn't know Luke was there.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, dude. I don't understand.
Or maybe she did, but she just didn't know why Obi-Wan was on Tatooine. And then she figures out that that's the reason why he was there. I think that's how it works out. Like something like that.
Go snags Luke.
That is too egregious. They have to address that. So
yeah, because I really dug the idea of them being like, because 100% we all thought it was going to be Luke that was going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
but we all know that Luke is like super scrawny, last string of the football team when he starts the Star Wars saga. Like he's never seen anything.
Yeah.
So we know this dude's never seen any type of action. So, and Leia, when she just gets introduced in the original movie, she's already tough as shit, and she already knows Obi-Wan.
She's been kidnapped like 15 times.
Yeah, man, that's like her fucking special power. That's like her fucking superpower. Like the ability to be kidnapped fucking extremely well. Like she's just super good at it. And she's like, well, I'll tell you, but I don't want anybody to know. She's all like, so and funny. She's got the biggest balls on a kid, dude. Like she's just like she knows Reva's character like just murders for dessert. And she's just like, bet, hit me. I dare you. Come on, fucking give me that smoke. You're gonna hit a kid? You wouldn't hit a kid. Boom, Reva just smacks her. Like, dude, I don't understand. I really just don't understand the show right now. Fucking Reva's like, yeah, well, little kid, like, I could just hit you a couple times and you'll tell me because you're a kid. Nah, I'm gonna put you in like the most horrible torture device I could find known to man. That'll get you to talk. She's 8, dude. Like,
and it's so
fucking 8. Like, calm down, Reva.
It's so fucked up because I don't want to come in here and I don't want to like just like I wanted this to fucking work. I was looking forward to this fucking show, bro. Like it fucking it hurts me to have to come in here and be like, yo, this is ain't it. But it should be, I should be able to say that and not be ridiculed for that because it ain't it, bro.
Yeah, it ain't it.
It's not, yo. Like I just call a spade a spade. It just ain't it. Like I don't know who wrote this and who greenlit this person to write this, but they should not have been in charge of writing the show.
Yeah, they need to do a little bit more research, man. They need to do a little
Absolutely
bit more research on this universe.
Absolutely. Like,
and I get it. People want to throw their creatives and have their names put on.
Do you understand? More. Like, do you really understand, or do people really fathom the intensity that was left after episode 3 with Anakin and Obi-Wan? Like, do you understand the stakes that we were talking about? Like do you understand?
Just thinking about it, like the way Obi-Wan leaves at the end.
Yo,
like,
bro.
Like, dude, okay. Darth Vader, Anakin leaving into the Darth Vader, and then him being portrayed this way. All right, cool. No development. It's just Darth Vader from the prequels all the way to the last 3 movies that were in the 70s, right? Or the last movies. That's Darth Vader through and through. There's just no emotional build. Anakin stays Darth Vader the robot, and he stays Darth Vader the robot. He gets introduced, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader the robot. Sees him when he's an old man, Darth Vader the robot, all the way till he meets Luke. Then he's Anakin the robot. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, if you want to leave it like that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Anakin left that position knowing that he had a mission. And then fucking in this show, they were like, yo, forget what you saw. Anakin's just been drinking whiskey like this whole time, dude. Like he's off the rails, dude. Like he's subscribing to OnlyFans.
I didn't get the sense that that's where we left off.
That's a fuck, dude.
Like I don't get that. Maybe they can, he had some time to think about it and it's not as serious, but nah, man. Like I needed that intensity, and I don't think I got it. But then again, we may be a little bit too early. We still have 2 more episodes left, so we never know. Are
we ready for like Obi-Wan crying and Anakin screaming kind of? Do we
ready that? I'm ready for me crying because this is just not gonna add up to anything.
This is one of those moments in history. Like this is one of those film moments that this is okay for men to cry. This is a moment. This is the moment. Star Wars is one of those moments, and it has to deliver, especially with these two characters. There's so much unresolved with these two characters that gets dragged off into the series, and then literally the next time Obi-Wan sees Darth, he gets fucking cut down.
It's just so it's just really it's really disappointing though. Like extremely disappointing that they would wait to the last 2 episodes to try to save the show, bro. Like it just doesn't make any sense. I'm
Yo, and I know you're gonna laugh
confused.
at this, but a show that I would love to see made
Oh
would
boy.
be in the last movies when Obi-Wan gets cut down by Darth Vader and he like disappears and goes into the Force.
Okay.
For like, you know how he kind of like, Luke, run, Luke, and he kind of like
Mhm.
helps, like when he's not with Luke telling him what to do, I want him fucking with Anakin. Like I want a whole like episode of him like, what's up, motherfucker? You thought you cut me down. I'm gonna face you and I'm gonna follow you for the rest of your life, Anakin, you fucking asshole. Like
Why
that
did I
would
mean
cool. That would be so
maybe
great.
maybe I just never paid attention, but why did Obi-Wan do that again?
Because he knew like his physical body wasn't enough to do it anymore. Like he was
Okay.
old. But he knew that since he had the technique to be able to still guide Luke in the Force, his physical body doesn't need to be there. He's not gonna have the power to take Darth anymore.
So he just fought him and hung with them for no reason, just to
Well,
give up.
it was the de facto movement to lock Luke in the light side and to turn Darth Vader into the true villain.
Okay. All right. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna whatever.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Like
No, I get it. I just never understood that. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you brought it up.
Yeah, during
Like,
that time in
it just
history, like that's what writing could do. Like it just
never
got you
made
right
any
on the.
fucking
You were like,
sense.
it was almost like you know what that was? That was the exact moment when Doc Brown got shot by the Afghans, and Marty McFly was like, "No!" Remember in that was the exact same shot. Literally cinematography. That was like literally the exact same shot. Then fucking Marty jumps in the car, hits it to 88, and fucking boom, back in time, baby, back in time. So the reason why I brought this up earlier is because it's something that I have forgot, and I just remembered. I want to understand something, and I want to understand: is the Obi-Wan show the introduction of the rebels being birthed, or is that Andor? Andor is the birthplace of the rebels de facto, right?
Yeah.
And this one kind of just shows you that the rebels are being established throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, I think it might be like a simultaneous thing. It might be
So I don't know if people
both could be
remember
true.
this, but the rebels emblem is the family crest of Starkiller from the Star Wars Unleashed. I totally had forgotten that.
Hmm.
And to see that it was drawn on a wall in this cave, knowing that we're coming to this like weird moment of like, here's the introduction of Darth Vader coming back. And we know that Starkiller met Yoda. He met a lot of the revolving like Jedi that were in the outsider or like the underground kind of shit that going on. We never got like a real big movement in him meeting Obi-Wan. So would you think it would be cool for them to kind of come full circle and bring Starkiller, who was like this kid that was like almost equivalent to the way Anakin was born in the Force, but kind of stronger? Because he almost had like a direct connection to using the Force like unwillingly.
In Andor?
No, in Obi-Wan some way. Like to bring him like, I don't know, like a saving grace. I really doubt it though, man. Like mentioning that, like you don't need a character like that anymore.
Dude,
Like
they
you
can't
don't need any cameos. Like now that I think about it, like you mentioned it earlier. What
I would have loved cameos, but no, I'm just worried about
cameo
you
would
just
you
getting
need?
it.
You
I don't
have
even at this point. I
Obi-Wan
don't
and Darth Vader in the same show. What cameos do you need?
exactly, and
Like,
and
fuck, I
that
didn't
seems
even
to
thought of that.
be
Like,
and because you know what it was, we never fathomed that if you gave anyone that just had a sense of Star Wars knowledgeability, like just knowledge, could fuck that up, but they did it.
they
They fucked it up.
they fucked it up.
They fucked it up. And now we're just worried about them getting across the finish line. So no, I'm not worried about fucking cameos. I just need you to get across the finish line intact before this fandom shreds you to fucking pieces, bro. Like that's
weird,
all
man.
I'm worried about.
That's weird. That's so weird. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. This is the only time in my life that I've ever felt this show doesn't need cameos, because you have the two biggest characters in the Star Wars franchise in the show already. No one else.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody else.
You don't.
Ahsoka, you need some cameos. Mando, you need some cameos. Fuck it. Those, you need cameos. This
was built-in must-see TV, bro. Every time they see each other, it's on site. And y'all blew it, man.
Y'all blew it so far.
Y'all blew it, man.
Oh, that's horrible.
And
guys, out in the
it.
comment section, what do you guys think so far of the Star Wars series? ObiWan, is it something that you guys are really excited for? Is it hitting all the marks that you need in a television show for Star Wars? Is it bringing you the Obi-Wan, Darth Vader Rumble in the Jungle Part 2? Like, is it bringing you the rematch of the century, or is it falling short? Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. Guys, we want to tell you thank you so much for hanging out with us on the podcast. Thank you so much to our extraordinary listeners, to all our friends and all our people that come in, leaving comments and talking with us. We appreciate every one of you coming in every week with us here on Friday nights. Guys, we love you. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. People are still getting sick out there. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Brian, thank you so much, my dude. Everybody out there, we appreciate you. We'll see you guys again next week here on the Average Boys Podcast. Don't forget to like us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Desert, anywhere that you like to go and do your podcast stuff. You guys make sure you jump on that shit. And we will see you guys again here next week, Friday nights, 9 p.m. on the Average Boys Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Laters, guys.
Peace.